What is up, hooligans? And happy freedom. Welcome to another episode of Coffee with Hooligans, where we try to make the news suck a little less. And I appreciate all of you guys being here. If you're over on Rumble, please hit that thumbs up button. More likes equals more hooligans. I'm going to read through the schedule really quick, and then we will be checking on all the chats. So let me know how you hooligans are doing today. Then, of course, we will be getting things started. Now, I was sitting here waiting for President Trump to sign these executive orders. He was supposed to do that at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Right Side Broadcasting was live, and they were expecting him to sign the EOs, but just moments ago, they said that they heard notice that there was going to be a delay in the signing of the executive orders. They themselves don't know if they're going to be able to capture him live or not. Nobody knows if he's going to be live, and I really wish somebody would do something about that. Anyway, so we may or may not be capturing President Trump signing EOs live. We'll see. We'll keep an eye on that. But we will be starting off with this first video titled Starliner Astronauts Could Return Home Before March, says ex-NASA astronaut. Now, President Trump has asked Elon Musk to go get those astronauts that have been stranded in space since like October or maybe even before then. We've been staying up to date with it, but they're stranded. Then we got video titled Drone Company Software Will No Longer Stop Flights Over Wildfires. Now, this is DJI, which is a really popular drone brand, and apparently they had some sort of security feature in the controls that if a drone was flying in a no-go zone, some area they're not supposed to go in, they weren't able to. The pilot was unable to fly the drone into a restricted area. Now it's just a suggestion. Now you get like a little warning thing on the screen that you can bypass, but before you were unable to. And so that's got everybody all kinds of mad. Then we got video titled Just a Joke, Left-Wing Media Dividing Americans by Defending Cartels. The real reason that I put that on the schedule is because this guy is speaking my language. He's raising awareness to the fact that the left is always putting labels on stuff, and they do that to divide us, and I talk about that all the time, and this guy is saying the same exact stuff, and I was like, yeah, we're putting that on the schedule. Then we got a follow-up video titled NTSB Recovers Black Boxes from the American Airlines Plane. This is a follow-up for the plane crash that happened in D.C. That's most of the news out there is about that plane crash. I figured we needed a whole bunch of that because we did 2 videos yesterday on it, and this, like I said, they're recovering the black box. We're getting some details from that. Then we got a Kash Patel video from yesterday. It's titled Absolutely. Kash Patel declares he will make Epstein details public if confirmed as FBI director, and that's what we want, so hopefully he gets confirmed. Then we got a video titled Viral Clip of Chuck Schumer saying aroused, leaving TV host speechless. This is very much like when they were saying that President Trump caused an erection. Chuck Schumer, he's real aroused about all of this. Then we got an interesting video titled Hakeem Jeffries, We're Going to Fight Trump Agenda in the Courts and in the Streets. This is Hakeem Jeffries basically doing a call to action, trying to activate Antifa and whoever else he can, because I don't know what else he means when he says fighting in the streets. Then we got a video titled Trump order targets pro-Palestinian student protesters. Now, this is News Nation trying to spin this story, making it sound like what President Trump is doing is a bad thing. But last school season, we covered those Palestine protesters acting like shitheads and saying really crazy stuff about other nationalities of people. I think you know what I'm talking about, and nobody was doing anything about it. Even professors of Harvard and places like that were participating in these protests, and President Trump, he's trying to do something about it because nobody else is, and like I said, News Nation, they're trying to spin it like it's a bad thing. Then the last little bit of the news is titled Kristi Noem issues warning to blue city officials as immigration crackdown heats up. That's a hell of a title there. Either way, Kristi Noem, she's been hanging out with Tom Homan, and they've been rounding up these border crossers, and she's going to give us some details on it. Then we got 2 funny videos of the day. First one's titled Hooligans Don't Take Anything Serious. Then our official funny video of the day is titled Not Tired of Winning. Now we're going to read through the chats really quick, but first I want to give a huge shout out to Tori. Thank you so much for the PayPal yesterday. I appreciate all the support. Thank you. I got another mouse. This is what I was talking about when I said it's like alternative. It don't sit like this. It sits like this. It's goofy as hell, but at least I can scroll. I will have to go buy a wired mouse because I ain't going to be able to do this a whole lot. Either way, what is up, everyone over on jeffmaclive.com. What's up, Dan? What's up, Russell? What's up, 10 Man? What's up, Mindy? What's up, Zero? What's up, Snooks? What's up, Jay Spray? What's up, Josh1776? What's up, Astro Hammer? What's up, Turbo? And what's up, Larry? Happy freedom, you hooligans. Appreciate all of you guys being on the website. And what is up, everyone over on Rumble? Addie Walker, you were first today. Now, I appreciate you racing to the chat, Addie Walker. Let's see here. What's up, MU? What's up, Appeal to Heaven? What's up, Puffa Stuff? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Mr. B New? What's up, AR16? What's up, Free Thinking Texan? Let me see here. What's up, Too Old to Care? What's up, Seppa? If I can get you all ready, happy freedom to you. What's up, K Hearts? Happy freedom. It's good to see you over here on Rumble. What's up, Tony Rez? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Non-Woke? What's up, Wayward? What's up, U-Hill? Happy freedom to you. I ain't seen you in a little bit. I'm glad you're joining us. Let me see here. What's up, Kaczynski? Happy freedom to you. Make sure we get everybody. I think we did. What's up, Cody? What's up, Silver Wolf? Happy freedom. What's up, Giggling Spy? Appreciate you being here with us. Make sure you hit that like button over on Rumble. See if you can get us on the front page. And what is up, everyone over on Kick? Happy freedom to you. And we are live on Twitch. My software was giving me weird notifications, and I was wondering if we were suspended on Twitch, but I guess we're good. What's up, Master Meatball? What's up, Tony Bridge? Happy freedom to you. Appreciate all of you guys watching over on Twitch. And what is up, everyone over on the communism platform? What's up, Proud Patriot Girly? You were first today. What's up, Toy Mafia? What's up, Isaiah? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Cheeky Chops? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Proud Ankle? Appreciate you being here. What's up, Jesse? I think it's Jesse. Say my name, send my name. Yeah, Jesse. Appreciate you being with us. What's up, Andrea? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Sofa King? Appreciate you coming back to the live. I seen you during the press briefing. What's up, Slenderella? Happy freedom. What's up, Devin? Appreciate you being here with us. And what is up, everyone over on X? What the hell is this? Come on, do thing. What's up, Slenderella? Happy freedom, everyone watching on X. Like I said, we were waiting on President Trump to go live signing these executive orders. Take a gander really quick. It doesn't look like anybody's live right now. I don't know if they're going to show it live or not. Right Side Broadcasting doesn't know if it's going to be live or not. This is so damn messy. This is the only thing about the Trump administration that I don't like, is that we can't ever tell when the president's going to be live. That's bullshit. If Old Man Walter could keep us up to date, there's no reason the Trump administration has to make this a big secret. Fucking hate that. Either way, I will continue to refresh these pages and see if we can capture President Trump live. Like I said, he was supposed to be signing executive orders an hour and 5 minutes ago, but Right Side Broadcasting did announce that it is being delayed. And again, nobody even knows if it's going to be live. We just know that he's going to sign executive orders. So I will try to stay up to date with that. Either way, we're going to go ahead and move forward and get things started here. This first video is titled Starliner Astronauts Could Return Home Before March, says ex-NASA astronaut. Now, this has to do with President Trump asking Elon Musk to go get those stranded astronauts that nobody seems to be going to get. Now, I can't remember how long they've been there. It's been at least since October, but it may even be longer than that. Either way, we got details coming up. But first, I got to remind you, hooligans, we have these MAGA hooligan t-shirts. Now, this design was created by Alistair, and Alistair is a badass in just about everything he does. So I will be posting his link in all of the chats for you hooligans that have the opportunity to hire him for your creative needs, because if you think it, he can create it. Now, this design does come in shirts for men, shirts for women, tank tops for men, tank tops for women, pullover hoodies, zipper hoodies, coffee mugs, stickers, dog tags, and I even made cooking aprons out of this design. Today I got on the Happy Freedom Hooligan t-shirt. I will be dropping the link for the merch store as well in all of the chats while we're watching this first video.
Elon Musk to the rescue? Well, President Trump is now asking the founder and CEO of SpaceX to expedite the return of 2 NASA astronauts that he says were virtually abandoned on the International Space Station. Butch Wilmore and Sunny Williams' 8-day mission has had them in space for nearly 8 months instead, due to issues with the Boeing Starliner that brought the pair to the ISS to begin with. Well, now Musk says he's taking action, but at this point, it's still unknown if this will be sooner than NASA's plan to bring the astronauts back to Earth by the end of March on the SpaceX capsule already docked at the ISS. I'm now joined by Dr. Leroy Chiao, former NASA astronaut and International Space Station commander. Dr. Chiao, thank you for taking the time once again this morning. Appreciate it.
Oh, my pleasure.
So these social media posts that went back and forth just set off a firestorm of headlines and also questions. When Trump says SpaceX and Elon are on the way and good luck, Elon, is it really that easy, Dr. Chow?
Well, the fact is, as you pointed out, Butch and Sonny were stuck there for a lot longer than they had planned. No doubt this disrupted personal and perhaps future professional plans. But the fact is their spacecraft is there and they can come home at any time. They could have come home earlier. So if the decision is made to bring them down early, they could come back as quickly as, literally they could do an emergency undock. Obviously, that's not necessary. So they could do an orderly undocking in the next several days and come on down, come down basically a couple months early. I mean, there's not much that can be done to expedite the launch of the next crew. They're waiting on their spacecraft, which is undergoing final testing, and they expect to launch sometime at the end of March. So they could come down earlier, but there's nothing that can really be done to expedite it. The decision just has to be made to bring them back early. Okay,
copy that. This whole conversation has just been fascinating. The other thing I wanted to take your temperature on, sir, is the fact that President Trump and Elon Musk have both made these comments that these two were stranded by the Biden administration, and how unfortunate that's been. I'm just curious, an astronaut like yourself, do you see it that way, that they were left up there by the White House?
I don't know who made that decision. I'm assuming NASA made it in, and then the White House concurred with it. That it would be best to leave Sonny and Butch up there and substitute them for two members of the Crew 9 mission that didn't get to launch, basically replacing them with, since Butch and Sonny were already up there and NASA had lost confidence in bringing them down on their original Starliner vehicle. That was the logical thing to do. Like I said, no doubt was a bit disruptive, but Butch and Sonny are consummate professionals. They've both flown long duration missions. They did a spacewalk yesterday. Yeah. And so astronauts like being in space, and I'm sure that they might be a little bit intrigued about coming back a little early, but on the other hand, their professional side they would want to stay and finish the work that they were supposed to be doing.
And quickly, before I let you go, NASA, of course, has pushed out that these two, they're well supplied, they're not stranded up there. But at this point, an 8-day mission has been stretched to nearly 8 months. Are they okay up there? I mean, what's your mental well-being like at this point? This is not what you signed up for in the first place.
Right, but they're like I said, they've both flown long duration missions aboard the station before, so they're comfortable doing what they're doing. Astronauts were all trained to be adaptable to any situation. That you adjust and you make it work. That we're very much a can-do spirit, and that's exactly what they've done. So they're fine. They're doing fine.
Yeah. Are you friends with these two? Like, do y'all? The three of you chat?
Yeah, I know both of them pretty well. In fact, Sonny and I, we were in Russia training for many years together back in the day for earlier missions.
Wow. Well, wishing them the very best. And at this point, one more question. If Butch and Sonny were to leave on the Crew 9 spacecraft currently docked to the ISS, it would just leave one NASA astronaut up there, correct? Is one up there enough and sufficient?
Right, that's correct. Right now, there are 4 Americans on board. If Butch and Sonny leave, they would leave with Nick Hague and Sasha Gorbunov, a Russian cosmonaut. 4 would come back down, leaving Don Pettit as the lone American with 2 Russian cosmonauts. So that would impact experiment operations. Operations on the American side. Some research work would have to be deferred or delayed, and that would be the biggest impact. But there's no impact to safety or anything like that, whether they stay up there or come back early.
Okay, I know they must be ready to sleep in their own bed, down back on Earth once again. Dr. Leroy Chow, always a pleasure to be joined by you. Have a great weekend, sir.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to
Okay, so technically that's a follow-up video because we've covered 3 or 4 videos all related to the stranded astronauts. Now I didn't realize it's been 8 months. I like how they downplay it, though. They're like, nah, they're fine. It's all good. They love it up there. I'd be pissed. I'd be pissed. I don't even like when the live gets delayed 10 minutes, let alone 8 months. I'd be pissed. I'd be so pissed. I'm easily triggered in that kind of sense. I don't like being lost, and I don't like being stuck anywhere. I just don't like that stuff. I'd be mad. They wouldn't want to be stuck on a spaceship with me, I'll tell you that. Anyways, next up we got drone company software will no longer stop flights over wildfires. Now they're going to talk about the big scary drones again. Got to have a drone video. It's mandatory at this point. We got ours coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about these stranded astronauts. And I did just check Right Side Broadcasting and all of that. President Trump is not live, and I haven't forgotten. So I am still checking it, refreshing the page. We get to 5:30. I'm not going to check it anymore. I'm not going to sit here for the next 2-3 hours refreshing this page, wait for President Trump. He's either going to sign these EOs or he's not. But I'm doing my best to make sure we capture him live if he goes live. Russell trapped in the shitter. Yeah, see, I don't want these problems. Oh my goodness, hair juicer. Fuck being stuck in space. The doorknob fell off the bathroom door. About lost my shit trying to get someone to let me out. Yeah, I would not like that. Hair juicer. I'm the same way. As soon as I feel like I'm trapped, I start losing my marbles. Turbo, she could take my temperature anytime. Turbo. Except they're all blue team over on News Nation. You take that dress off, she's got a big old wiener. It's not Saturday yet. I got to keep that talk to a minimum. Twitch and YouTube, they can't handle that kind of language. Turbo, hell, if you give me $200, I'll pop out of a cake naked. I mean, I'm just saying, $200 is $200. Russell, I'd be okay with it as long as I had food. I'd be good. Doesn't everything the astronauts eat come out of a toothpaste tube? Man, I don't know if I'd be totally against that, but I'd have to try it first. The snozberries taste like snozberries. Turbo, I can fix her. No, I love that. Yeah, I used to want those kind of girls too, and then I realized I can't fix them. Appeal to heaven, glad they are coming home. God bless Trump and Musk. Absolutely. At least somebody is going to save the day. We knew Biden and them weren't going to do anything. NASA's like, you guys really made it to space? U-Hill, you will eat your LSD cheese and love it. That's right, U-Hill. I didn't know people were putting LSD in cheese. I'm going to stock up on some cheese. What's up, Pumpkin? Happy freedom to you. Kaczynski, 8 months. Utter lunacy. Yeah, I'd be losing my marbles. On the live, too. They got clear connection. That's what kills me. I'm not that far from my internet service provider, but these people, they got a clear feed from space. Doesn't make any sense to me. What's up, Craig Smith? Happy freedom to you. Or is it Smithy? Is that what it is? Craig Smithy. Appreciate you joining us over here on Rumble. I think they've been there since June or July. Yeah, I missed the month. If they mentioned it in the video, I was sitting here reading the chat. 8 months is a long time to be stranded. DCat, as much as you use that mouse, you're going to end up with carpal tunnel. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Using this goofy mouse, I don't know if you guys can see it. This thing is all kinds of goofy. I got to like hold my hand like this. It's so stupid. So I don't know why the other mouse had a break. DCAD, I'm with you. If I got stranded up there for 8 months, when I got down, I would go hunt down old man Walter and give him a what for. Yeah, I'm saying. Like, oh man, we're going to space. That's a pretty scary feat to, try and achieve. And then you get stranded there. Oh no, I wouldn't like that. Pumpkin, wonder how Biden is doing and why do I care? It's because these people have been so involved in our lives for the last 4 years, making life terrible, and then they just get to ride off into the sunset. It's like, I don't know. I want to see the downfall. Josh 1776, that's an ergonomic mouse. I think it prevents carpal tunnel. I don't know, it hurts my hand. I know that. That's what she said. Anyways, what's up, Viola? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Tori? Happy freedom to you. Master Meatball, if you're waiting on the National Transportation News, the live news press meeting for the National Transportation, it's been delayed till 5:30. I don't know what that is, Master Meatball. We're waiting for President Trump to sign executive orders. I don't know what the orders are for, but that's what we're waiting on. And the White House and Right Side Broadcasting do not have an upcoming live, but we'll see. We'll just keep checking it. What's up, Henry? Happy freedom. He's on vacation in California. Old man Walter is. Where's KJP? That's what I keep wondering. What's up, Vinny? Happy freedom to you. Isaiah, that mouse is cooked. What the hell was that? So, when I was younger, I remember my dad having this big ass mouse that you didn't drag all over the place. It had like a marble in it, and you like scrolled your thumb to scroll through the pages. And I always thought that was really cool, but I was never allowed to touch my dad's anything. And so I saw this goofy shit in Walmart or somewhere, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna get a cool mouse like that. It's so stupid. Way stupid. I can't wait to replace this. What's up, G-Ski? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Scott? Happy freedom to you. What's up, good buddy? Make sure we get everybody. Henry, the moon's made out of cheese. Somebody was just saying that yesterday. And then they said it was blue cheese. It's like, why is it gotta be the worst cheese out there? Everybody's gonna be like, what about Famunda cheese? Yeah, walk right into it. What's up, Enter User? Happy freedom to you. All right, hooligans, we're gonna move into this next one. Like I said, some more drone stuff. This is titled Drone Company Software, which is DJI, will no longer stop flights over wildfires. Now, I don't think it's just wildfires. I think it's all restricted areas. The software was making it so you were not able to fly in these restricted areas. Now it's just a suggestion. And everybody's all mad. Damn, slap the mouse around. It's gonna be one of these days. Anyways, hit the thumbs up over on Rumble as well as the GoofTube, and let's get this rolling.
Well, this is what is left of a drone that smashed into the wing of a firefighting plane at the Palisades fire. That collision, you might remember, it delayed all aerial attacks for a half hour while crews cleared the airspace, and there were some critical moments lost during the firestorm. And now the company that made that drone just made it easier for them to breach no-fly zones, including airspace over wildfires.
Investigative reporter Alexis Rivas asked a top company executive if this puts the public in danger. Alexis.
Nichelle, before the software update, if you try to fly a DJI drone into a restricted area, like a major wildfire, you'd run into a geofencing security feature. So think of it like an invisible wall. DJI would freeze your drone midair until it flew elsewhere or it ran out of juice and sank to the ground. But with this new change, if your DJI drone approaches a no-fly zone, you'll get a warning on your drone app, a warning you can now choose to ignore.
It is shocking for a company like DJI to make the conscious choice to be less safe.
Civil attorney Brett Schreiber isn't talking about any drone company. DJI is arguably the drone company.
Take off.
More than 70% of drones flying around the world were made by DJI.
It's truly inexcusable. They have the technology to stop this, and they're choosing not to.
DJI's announcement came just 2 days after one of its drones collided with the wing of a super scooper over Palisades.
There's a drone!
The FBI is still looking for the person responsible for that drone.
Seeing that on the news paints the picture that it is a reality.
CAL FIRE Captain Robert Johnson called it a wake-up call.
It's a huge issue and poses a huge threat.
At the end of the day, the drone operator is responsible for following the rules.
Adam Welsh is head of global policy for DJI.
We put this in place about 12 years ago. Regulators have had time to catch up, and none of them have chosen to mandate geofencing.
Welsh says before now, commercial drone pilots and first responders ran into delays getting DJI's permission to fly in restricted areas.
Approach edge of authorization zone.
This change eliminates that red tape. And instead of the global system it used before, the new software uses FAA map data.
Overall, we think that if you give the right level of safety information and airspace information to end users, to operators, they will fly responsibly.
That's not necessarily true. If people have the warning, there are quite a number of people who will ignore it.
In effect, geofencing wouldn't stop those bad actors in the first place. If you're a person of bad intent, you would have disabled the geofencing anyway.
To Welsh's point, geofencing didn't stop 125 drones reported near wildfires across the nation over the last 7 years. But that's nothing compared to what just happened in LA. CAL FIRE reported 168 drone incursions in just a few days over Palisades and Eden fires. And that's before DJI made this change.
We never claimed it was a silver bullet. We never claimed that it would prevent all bad actors.
What this says is the manufacturers don't care. You can fly these things wherever and however you want to.
Including not just wildfires, but airports, military bases, and even national security buildings.
Landing.
Alexis Rivas, NBC7 investigates.
Well, the FAA would not comment on DJI's software change, but says there are over 1 million registered drones in the U.S. By the way, flying a civilian drone in the middle of firefighting activity, whether there's a restriction in place or not, is a federal crime and can land you up to 1 year in prison and a $75,000 fine.
Well, like I said, DJI changing their software to no longer restrict you from restricted areas when flying your drone. Now, I've heard that DJI was potentially getting banned here in the U.S. Still nothing going on with President Trump, by the way. But I've heard that a couple times. The DJI, I don't know who it is, but somebody's trying to ban them here in the U.S., so they won't even be able to sell drones here. And I think them changing that software isn't going to help them any. I don't know. Obviously, they related all of that to the Palisades fire. When the fires happened, we were covering information about that. We covered that there was a plane that was helping the fire or helping put out the fires that was taken out of commission because it smoked a drone. So obviously, they related that whole video to that very specific incident, as if drones are just out here killing people left and right and stuff. Not yet, they're not. At least not in America. Either way, big scary drones as always. Next up, we got a video titled "Just a Joke, Left-Wing Media Dividing Americans by Defending Cartels." Now, like I said before, in this video, they talk about lefties and their labels and how they use their labels to divide us. And that is exactly what I've been saying for a very long time. And so that's how that got landing on the schedule there. It's coming up next, but first, we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about this drone stuff. And I'll keep checking on these lives, see if I can figure out if President Trump's going live or not. What's up, Cassie J? Happy freedom to you. Turbo, was that the dark elf from Skyrim? I missed it. I missed it. I recognized it. 10 man. I mean, most don't properly know how to fly them. I can't swim. I keep my ass out of the water. Well, yeah. And that's the thing. It's up to the drone pilots to read the law, to follow the law, to do what they're supposed to do. But you see how people are out here. They just do whatever they want, and they don't believe there's any consequences to their actions. They're just full of entitlement. So I think that's the majority of the problems with the drones, is that people worry about affording them and not enough about using them properly. But it's a flying RC car to most people. They're just like, yeah, do the thing. They don't realize they're interfering with air laws and stuff like that, like air traffic. What's up, Astro Hammer? Happy freedom to you. Russell, I want a drone, then I could be a super spy. I didn't realize you were a regular spy. See, you're telling on yourself, Russell. Zero, honest people would turn around. I think so. I mean, I think as long as they knew that it was something they ain't supposed to do, they would. But again, if they don't do research and they don't know what they can versus what they're not supposed to do, they're just going to do whatever. And then, of course, when they get caught, then it'd be like, oh, well, you're a racist. Saying all that stuff. "10 man damn Fed boy?" No, we love Russell. Wayward, cut the cheese. What is all the cheese talk? I don't it's all turtles and cheese the last couple days. Wayward, it's 59 in Cincinnati today. I need more of this. It's supposed to be pretty warm here today, too. I think it was 42 earlier, and that's like a heat wave for us. What's up, Mary Todd? Happy freedom to you. Fake boobs. You guys just going off. You're going off today. What's up, Newton? Happy freedom to you. Ask them if they like Imagine Dragons. Imagine Dragon D's nuts across your chin. See, that's Saturday talk. We're pushing it. We're going to get suspended. Did you guys see that Doc got remonetized over on YouTube after he got those accusations that he was banned from Twitch for talking to a 17-year-old using the whisper system. And they were denying his remonetization for like 6 months or something like that. And I guess he just got remonetized. I wonder how that's going to affect things on Rumble, because I've seen the CEO of Rumble as well as Rumble Rick and all those guys, Mario and them. They were all, celebrating Doc coming over to Rumble, making gaming on Rumble great again and all of that stuff. Even though those are some wild accusations about Doc, I wonder how things are going to change now. Maybe they won't. Maybe he'll go back to YouTube. We'll see. What's up, Elder Zoomer? Happy freedom to you. Tony Rez, blue cheese is good for the gut biome. I can't eat moldy cheese. I just can't. It smells and looks terrible. I can't do it. Tony Rez, blue cheese is the best. You guys are braver than me. I can't. I've never even tried it. I just can't bring myself to it. You ever taken a bite off of a turd? I haven't. It's because I know better. The same reason I've never put blue cheese in my mouth. I can't do it. I can't do it. There's nothing there for me. What's up, David? Happy freedom. Free the Texan who? I'm talking about Dr. Disrespect. He's one of the biggest gaming live streamers out there. David came here for the turtles and cheese. Happy freedom, everyone. Thank you for joining us, David. Viola, is T-Man starting now? I don't think so. Nope. Not that I know of. Tory Logitech M510, I believe, is what my husband uses because he's got big hands. I don't have big hands. I got big palms and little fingers. But I will check it out. Thank you for the suggestion, Tory. Master Meatball, go with Asiago cheese. No mold, and it's even tangier. Not selling me on it. I don't want tangy stuff. I'll see. Maybe I might be able to try it. If it ain't fuzzy, if it's got, less hair than I got, then maybe I'll try it. We'll see. What's up, Mike? Happy freedom. Cheeky Chops, Testicle Tuesday. No, it's Friday today, isn't it? Don't be messing with me. I'm bad with days. It is Freedom Friday today, which means we will be doing the voice chat after the live today. So make sure you go get yourself a membership for jeffmaclive.com. That way you can laugh with us in the voice chat. Devin just got hairy palms. No. I ain't heard that in a long time, though. What's up, Visions? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Dark Krog? Happy freedom to you. Henry, what do you think about the J6er that was killed by the police? So I actually looked that up specifically when I was putting the schedule together a little while ago. I don't know, an hour ago or whatever. There is no follow-ups for that. There is just the same information circulating that he supposedly resisted arrest and the cop killed him and he had possession of a gun. That's all they keep saying. They don't say where the gun was. Did he have the gun? Did he point the gun? What did he do that was considered resisting arrest? What was he even pulled over for? There is none of that information out there, and I hear that everything is dying down. And so I actually was searching for that information, which I don't do very often. Normally I just pull whatever's popular and going on, the current events, right? But I actually went and looked for that, and I cannot find a drop of new information. So hopefully somebody's going to file a FOIA and they're going to release that body cam footage, because otherwise they're trying to sweep this under the rug like he deserved it. Like I'm saying, if you go look up the videos on YouTube and every comment section is people saying good. They're like, good, it's another dead terrorist, because the media brainwashed them to think J6 was some sort of terrorist event. It's so stupid. So stupid. So I don't even know if we're going to get a follow-up on that. And like I said, I'm trying to find more information, but someone's got to file a FOIA or something. Otherwise, I think they're going to just quietly sweep this under the rug and say good riddance on it. Zero, no update on all local news. Yeah, like I was saying, I couldn't find anything on it. U-Hill, this is America. We put cheese on our pizza, not communism. That's right, U-Hill. We need to make that into a t-shirt. Dan, happy freedom to you. Limburger is good, but keep it cold. You guys know way more about cheese than I do. What's up, Disco? Happy freedom to you. What's a pro gun? Happy freedom to you. Viola, T-Man is talking now. Where do you see this happening? Because the White House isn't showing anything. Right Side Broadcasting isn't showing anything. Where do you see this? Here, I'll prove it. Because for some reason you guys don't believe me with anything. Okay, this is Right Side Broadcasting. This is me refreshing the page. This is Right Side Broadcasting continuing to not be live. This is the White House. This is me refreshing the page. This is the White House not being live. There is no White House live event tab on the website because whoever was building the website took the week off. And that's all I know. So if he is live, I don't know where to watch it. Maybe Fox has got it or something like that. I'll take a look here in a second. What are you guys talking about over here on YouTube? What's up, Pam? Happy freedom to you. Matt. Oh, about finding a stream? Yeah. We've been doing this a long time. I'm going to take a look if anybody who's not the usual covering President Trump, because I don't want to miss it, but usually the White House or Right Side Broadcasting's got it rolling. Playback. There's a bunch of fake channels on YouTube showing stuff. I think this is from yesterday. Let me see. Like, these are all fake channels showing this stuff. It's too hard to tell if this is yesterday's stuff or what. The stuff I can't stand is that YouTube demonetized me for showing unedited clips is what they claimed, which is not what I'm doing. But then they got these fake ass channels on here claiming to be big news when they're not. Like CNN 8 or whatever. Well, like this goofy shit right here. This is a great example. We'll put it on the full screen. Okay, this looks like it's live. It says that it's live, right? It says this is Fox Business, but then down here it says playback. So it's not even alive. It's just people being duped. So I don't know. I don't know what to think about any of it. I'm sure Right Side Broadcasting would go live if he was actually live. Considering they were just live for like 40 minutes waiting for him to go live, and after they heard that it was delayed, they didn't do it. So either way, we're going to move forward, and I'll keep checking on all of that. This next one, like I said, is titled Just a Joke. Left-wing media driving Americans, or dividing Americans, excuse me. Americans by Lord, let me try this again. Just a joke. Left-wing media dividing Americans by defending cartels. Now, I don't know who this guy is, but like I said, he's speaking my language. He's saying that the left is always labeling people and putting labels on everything we do. That way they can divide us. And I complain about that all the time. The left and their stupid labels. And so this guy's speaking my language. I was like, yeah, he's laying it on the schedule. Either way, hit the thumbs up over on Rumble as well as GoofTube. And let's get this rolling.
To me, because, you know, you talk about the good things the Trump administration is already doing down there on the border. I look at this and I see Trump derangement syndrome everywhere, because now the left, via the New York Times, is running articles saying that, hey, maybe we shouldn't go after the cartels because, get this, labeling cartels, this is a story in the New York Times, labeling cartels as terrorists could hurt the U.S. economy. Jim, what is your reaction to that?
That's just a joke. I mean, this is just more words and labeling. That's what unfortunately the left does is label people to divide us. You know, we don't need these labels. You know, if somebody's a terrorist, they're a terrorist. And you can't say that's going to hurt our economy in any way at all. Unfortunately, it's been, you know, divide and conquer instead of let's work on our strengths. Let's give people more opportunities. Let's people, you know, be themselves. And it's without all these labels that they're using. And to me, you know, this is just, they're using the same ammunition and they got defeated last time. So I think they're just digging their hole even deeper.
And finally, you know, Jim, before I let you go, among the people who've been coming across the border for all these years, are you expecting to see many of them just simply look at the new regime that's come into power in the U.S. and say, you know what, maybe we should go back across the border because there's not a future for us here living illegally?
Well, potentially, yes, because it's particularly if you commit a crime. Like right now, I met with Tom Homan. He's the new border czar, and I'm glad we are deporting the criminals that are in our jails or committed crimes here, and they're here illegally. I'm happy to see that. But I hope it's the message, you know, to the people that came across here, you know, don't hang out with any criminals, because if you may be arrested if you're in the same house with somebody who's committed a heinous crime. So I think, you know, the message hopefully they're receiving is keep your head down low, don't commit a crime. You know, you may get picked up. We had millions of people come across the border illegally. I don't know how we're ever going to find them all, but I do think, you know, the focus has to be deporting those criminals that are in our jails, deporting anybody, particularly people that have been deported several times. They should be deported right away as well. We got to clean it up. We got to secure our border. And then we got to work on a system that actually works so that people can immigrate into our country, which we want, legally, and they're properly vetted, so we let the good people in and keep the bad people out.
Jim Desmond can't say any fairer than that. Thank you so much for your time on the U.S. Report. This, though, is absolutely fast.
Anyways, so like they were saying, lefties like to put labels on everything as a way to divide all of us, and they don't do anything to make things better for any of us. So what I'm figuring out about this Trump live situation, whatever. Apparently nobody captured President Trump live. No one did. And so now Fox and everybody else, they're playing a pre-recording as a live. Nobody seemed to have captured this live. I don't know why that happened, but there's a ton of people writing me, and I'm checking all this stuff during that last video. And every one of these videos is from earlier or previously recorded, or however they phrase it. But the point is nobody actually captured it live. Now, this video is a live running, but what we're seeing is a pre-recording. Now, this right here is about 15 minutes in, right? And right about here, 9 minutes ago, is where he starts talking. I think because there's a lot of repetitiveness with President Trump, we'll just hear what this is until it ends, and then we'll move forward. Because I don't know what else to do, because nobody fucking captured this live.
Do you still think it's a good idea for Jordan and Egypt to be taking in Palestinians when they reject the ID and the Palestinians who are living now in Egypt?
I think Jordan will take people from Gaza. And I think Egypt will take them also. I mean, I heard somebody said they're not going to, but I think they will. I feel confident they will.
Mr. President, will tomorrow's tariffs include oil?
What?
Will tomorrow's tariffs be inclusive of Canadian crude?
I'm probably going to reduce the tariff a little bit on that. We think we're going to bring it down to 10% on the oil. So it's 25% on the Canada side.
Mr. President, are these tariffs stacking on top of already existing tariffs, or
Yes,
this will be the
on top of whatever may be existing. Yeah.
Mr. President, ask you a question about Venezuela. Rick Cornell was seen on state TV shaking hands with President Maduro. Is there any concern that might lend legitimacy to the Maduro administration?
No, we want to do something with Venezuela. I've been a very big opponent of Venezuela and Maduro. They've treated us not so good, but they've treated, more importantly, the Venezuelan people very badly. We have tremendous Venezuelan population. I got 92% of the vote, the Venezuelan vote. Now we want to see what we can do to get people back in their homeland safe and free and all. He's meeting with a lot of different people, but we are for the people of Venezuela. We're for the Venezuelan Americans. If you look at it, we have them all in Florida, right around the Doral area. That's really, they call it Little Venezuela, right? And they voted for me close to 100%. So we'll see what we can do to straighten out the situation in Venezuela. Venezuela has been very unfortunate. I was very surprised when I saw that Biden agreed to buy a lot of oil from Venezuela, because Venezuela was just about finished, the dictator. And when that happened, it brought them back to life. You know, Biden went out and they buy millions of barrels of oil. I say, what's that all about? So we're not going to let that stupid stuff happen. So we'll see what happens. We're not happy with Venezuela. We don't like the way they've treated the Venezuelans at all.
Mr. President, there have been some warnings or messages that government websites will be shut down this evening to scrub them of DEI content. Can you confirm if that's
What's
accurate?
been shut down?
Government websites, will be shut down this evening to scrub them of DEI content. Can you confirm whether that's accurate and if there are any concerns?
I don't know. It doesn't sound like a bad idea to me. DEI would have ruined our country, and now it's dead. I think DEI is dead. So if they want to scrub the websites, that's okay with me. But I can't tell you. I guess probably certain people handle it certain ways. But I'll tell you who's very happy about it: the military. The real leaders, the real generals in the military, they're very happy about it. Doug is very happy about it. He's got a big group of people that are going to be working for him, really starting right now. He just got signed up, and they're very happy about it. He had a lot of DEI. Everybody did, but he has not been a fan. It was really hurting our country badly. It's costing a lot of money too. You see the kind of money we're talking about? Hundreds of millions of dollars for nonsense. Now we have our country back now. Our country is back, and it's a nice thing to say. I've never seen such love. I've never had anything like it. I've never seen anything like it. People are coming up, sir, thank you for bringing our country back. We were losing our country, and I think we're stronger now than we've been in many, many decades.
At the Department of update on your call with Vladimir Putin.
Well, we'll be speaking. We'll be speaking, and I think we'll perhaps do something that'll be significant. We want to end that war. That war would have never started if I was president, and we want to end that war. That war is a horrible war. Millions of young people are being killed, mostly on the lines now, mostly soldiers. But the cities have been largely destroyed, many of them. They're like demolition sites. But the soldiers are just shooting at each other. You know, it's a very flat land. I said this the last time, very, very flat land. The only place that a bullet stops is when it hits a person. And they're hitting a lot of people. They're hitting a lot of soldiers, but on both sides. You know, I think Russia would probably say close to 800,000, and Ukraine 600,000 or 700,000. And it's just a senseless situation, and it's got to stop. So whatever I can do to stop it, and we are having discussions, yes.
Ongoing, already scheduled and ongoing?
Already talking, yes.
So you've already spoken to Vladimir Putin?
I don't want to say that, but we are having very serious discussions about...
Is there a reason you don't want to?
Well, I just don't want to say that. We're having very serious discussions about that war, trying to get it ended.
With Russia?
With Russia, yeah.
At the Department of Justice and the FBI, there are a number of high-level people who are being asked to resign or are being told they are going to be fired. Did you specifically request any actions at the Bureau or DOJ with respect to those employees?
No, but we have some very bad people over there. It was weaponized at a level that nobody's ever seen before. They came after a lot of people, like me, but they came after a lot of people. No, I wasn't involved in it. I'll have to see what is exactly going on after this is finished. But if they fired some people over there, that's a good thing, because they were very bad. They were very corrupt people, very corrupt, and they hurt our country very badly with the weaponization. They used the Justice Department to go after their political opponent, which in itself is illegal. And obviously it didn't work.
Are you going to impose tariff on the European Union?
What does that mean?
Are you going to impose tariff too on the European Union, like you are going to do for Mexico and Canada?
Well, you're asking me a question, because I'm sure you didn't hear. Am I going to impose tariffs on the European Union? Do you want the truthful answer, or should I give you a political answer? Absolutely. Absolutely. The European Union has treated us so terribly.
You promised Americans to try to reduce costs, and so many of the products that would be tariffed, when they come into the country, the outgoing country is not paying the tariff. The buyers in the United States pay that, and then that's passed on to consumers in most instances.
Sometimes.
How would you expect to have prices come down if you have such a broad plan for tariffs? And what do you say to the voters who want to see you reduce everyday costs?
Well, let me just tell you that I got elected for a lot of reasons. Number one was the border. Number two was inflation, because I had almost no inflation. And yet I charged hundreds of billions of dollars of tariffs to countries. And think of it, I had almost no inflation and took in $600 billion of money from other countries. And tariffs don't cause inflation, they cause success. They cause big success. So we're going to have great success. There could be some temporary short-term disruption, and people will understand that. I had that when I negotiated some of the good deals for the farmers. And unfortunately, those deals have been led astray by Biden and his people because they didn't enforce the deals. We have a deal with China, which is phenomenal for the farmers, but there was nobody to enforce it in the Biden administration. They let them get away with murder. So that's another thing we're going to be bringing.
Do you accept the principle of costs being passed
committed to
on?
buying $50 billion worth of farm product, and they did it when I was president. And as soon as I left, they stopped doing it because there was nobody in Biden to enforce it. But the tariffs are going to make us very rich and very strong, and we're going to treat other countries very fairly. But if you think about it, other countries charge us tariffs. We don't charge them tariffs. And it's about time that that changes.
Sir, are you concerned about the market reaction around tariffs?
No, no. Tariffs, the word tariff is a very misunderstood word. You've heard me say, I say it kiddingly, but it's one of the most beautiful words in the dictionary. It really is. And we've been taken advantage of because others have charged us VATs. As an example, the European Union charges us 20% plus a VAT tax, called a VAT tax, very similar. And it costs us an absolute fortune. We are treated so badly. They don't take our cars. They don't take our farm products, essentially. They don't take almost anything. And we have a tremendous deficit with the European Union. So we'll be doing something very substantial with the European Union. We're going to bring the level up to where it should be. And if you think of the European Union, then you go to NATO, it's largely the same group of countries. Until I came along, I mean, we were paying almost 100% of NATO only to get bad trade deals. And now it's been evened out, but very unfair having to do, it was evened out pretty good. Actually, I did a good job. They paid $440 billion if you look at the Secretary General's report, and he was here recently and he said that. He said one of the most amazing things I've ever seen is what President Trump was able to do with these countries of Europe, of which he was in charge of them, but he couldn't get them to pay. I went over, I said, you got to pay, and if you don't pay, we're not going to protect you. It's very simple. But very unfair is with Ukraine because we're in for $300 billion plus, and they're in probably for $100 billion. There's a $200 billion difference, and they need it more than we do. You know, we have an ocean in between. They don't, and so they're going to have to step it up a little bit.
With efforts to reduce the federal workforce, whether it's offering what we've called the buyout package or other efforts, do you have any concerns that there will be employees broadly across the federal government who might take that up? And they're a part of the many different ways that agencies protect the public, from food inspections to water safety to the air traffic
everybody's
controllers.
Replaceable, and we'll get very good people to replace them if it turns out to be more than we thought. It could be a lot, it could be a little, we don't know, but we'd love to have them leave. We're trying to remember this. We want them to go into the private sector. It's our dream to have everybody almost working in the private sector, not in the public sector. We have many people, very few people came to work. They were, it started more or less with COVID, but actually even before COVID. But it started with the COVID, they didn't come back. And then Biden let them get away with murder, and we had federal workforce, like 4% coming into the office. And that just doesn't work. People can say it does, but it doesn't work. You have to be unified in a group in the office. It's just, it was crazy. You don't know what they're doing. And then at some point we may ask them to certify that they didn't have two jobs, meaning were they really getting a check from us, the government, and then were they also working a second job and a third job and, on government time. And many of them will say that they did, which is not legal, but it's a problem. It's a problem. No, we want to get that out. We want to clean it out. You know, people have been trying to reduce federal government now for 40 years, 45 years, and they haven't been able to do it. And this is a way of doing it, I think, very nicely. It's sort of a buyout, too. I think we're treating people very good, but people don't come to the office. They won't have a job starting on that very special date, so we'll see how that works out. I mean, nobody knows how that's going to turn out. Everybody might show up to the office, and maybe a large number won't show up. But if they don't show up, we've accomplished a very serious goal. We're trying to reduce government.
Does Mr. Musk or any of those associated with your Doge effort, do they have any direct access through the government systems to how money is dispersed?
No, nothing. No, they are. This has nothing to do also with the federal cutting, you know, with this federal cutting. This is very separate. This is if you don't show up, you don't get paid. But Doge, I think great progress has been made. We're talking about cutting over $1 trillion of waste. We're talking about waste. We're not talking about we're going to love and cherish Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid. We're not going to do anything with that other than if we can find some abuse or waste, we'll do something, but the people won't be affected. It'll only be more effective and better. And our country, as our country gets richer, the people on Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, those people are going to be more secure. If Biden had gotten elected, Social Security was going to fail because the country was failing. It was going to fail. The country was going to fail. And therefore, the Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, and all of the other things that you may get would not be able to be paid. Our country's getting very strong, and you see it. I think more progress has been made in the last 2 or 3 weeks than has been made in the last 4 years. I think not only has more progress been made in the last 4 years, it's I'll call it deep progress. We went way backward as a country in so many different ways, from woke to all of the other things that took place that were so bad. You look at Afghanistan, how embarrassing that was. I think Afghanistan really started the problem with Russia and Ukraine. When Putin looked over and he saw how incompetently that was handled, I was getting out, but I was going to keep Bagram. Right now, China has Bagram. I was going to keep one of the biggest air bases in the world. They left it. But I was, other than Bagram, I was going to get out. And I wasn't keeping Bagram for Afghanistan. I was keeping it for China because it's 1 hour away from where China makes its nuclear weapons. And we were keeping it. So we have a lot of great things happening in our country, and we appreciate that you're here. And I'm really thrilled about Doug, and I'm really thrilled about his friend, Chris Wright, who's a legend in the oil business, right? They keep telling me, Catherine, he's like a legend, and he's a legend too in a lot of businesses. And we have an amazing group of people working with us. There's a man behind me who became a tremendous success. He was not a wealthy man. He didn't start off a wealthy man, and he ended up a wealthy man. And you know, that's a great talent. And he's willing to sacrifice so much and to put it to work for our country. Watch the job he does on the interior, but in particular on really making our country very, very wealthy by utilizing it properly. And at the same time, environmentally, he does it he's very much an environmentalist. He's going to do it very carefully and very painstakingly good. But you just watch what happens. And working with the Department of Energy, where his compatriot, his friend, and also considered the most talented man in the oil business, is the head of the Department of Energy, and they work together. It's almost like a partnership. It really is a partnership. And watch what that does for our country. It'll be a fantastic thing to see. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you, Fred. Thank you, Fred.
Tulsi got it up.
Thank you. Thanks, guys, for having us. Thank you, Fred. Let's go. Let's do this now. Thank you.
We're going.
Okay, obviously that was the end of the video there, but nobody knows what the EOs were, right? So we're going to rewind to the beginning of the video, and we're going to try and figure out what was the executive orders that he signed. So give me a second here to get this figured out. So I think everybody's interested in what is it that he actually did. So give me a moment. Alright, looks like YouTube's taking a shit. Hold on a second. I think it's because it's a live that they're running. They won't let me scrub earlier in the video. Oh, actually, I think there's something wrong. I think there's something wrong with the video they played. Let me see if I can find somebody else that has it. This is Fox Business, but the whole beginning of that video is a still image. So just give me a moment here. I'm gonna see if I can find the beginning of that live that we just watched, so we can figure out what did he just sign. I mean, it's nice to hear him answering questions and stuff, which is something that KJP and Old Man Walter were terrible at. Just let me see here. So many damn fake outlets. Yeah, it's all messed up. Like, this video is playing, but it ain't doing anything. Like, there's nothing to watch. This is a minute and a half into it. This is 2 minutes into it. This is 3.5 minutes into it. This is 4.5 minutes into it. And then it looks like about 5.5 minutes they start doing the hokey pokey. In like 6 seconds, you're going to see everybody start moving.
We have perhaps hundreds of trillions of dollars of assets.
Now, according to that piece of paper in front of President Trump, it already has a signature on it. So, I don't know. It says Trump updates tariff situation and doubles down on DEI policy. But they don't show him sign anything. They don't talk about him signing anything. But at 3 p.m. Eastern time, his public presidential schedule said that he was signing executive orders. So it's a big old mystery. I guess we'll have to figure it out some other way. I don't know. Sucky. It shouldn't be like this. Either way, we'll have to figure it out some other way. We're going to read through the chat really quick, see what you hooligans think about all of that mess. And then we will be moving forward. This next one's a follow-up video titled NTSB Recovers Black Boxes from American Airlines Plane. This is obviously a follow-up video for the plane crash that happened in D.C. They got the black boxes retrieved. They got some details on it. But like I said, first we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about President Trump answering questions and whatever else about all the technical issues. Zero. I don't know what C-SPAN you're looking at, because I've gone to C-SPAN like 6 times and they're not live. Russell, did you see the buyout letter I received? I posted it on Hooligans Alley. No, I'll check it in a second. Do you care if I show it on the live, Russell? Because I bet a lot of hooligans would like to see what this letter looks like. Let me see if the information is sensitive. Russell, we were offered full pay and benefits till September to resign. Interesting. Let me see if I can find it really quick. When did you post it? Oh, actually, I think I just found it. The last day to accept the deferred resignation program is February 6th, 2025. This has got to be it. Let me see. Doesn't think there's anything sensitive on here. All right, so this is the resignation letter the federal workers were given by President Trump. I'm not going to read all of this, but I'm going to see what there is to read. It says, let me get this microphone over here. It says, please accept this letter as my formal resignation from employment with my employing agency effective September 30th, 2025. I understand that I have the right to accelerate but not extend my resignation date if I wish to take advantage of the deferred resignation program. I also understand that if I am or become eligible for early or normal retirement before my resignation date, that I retain the right to elect early or normal retirement once eligible at any point prior to my resignation. So obviously they want them to, you know, if you want to resign or whatever, you'd sign the line and you're making an agreement to all of this. Now Russell obviously is a federal employee, and so he received this, like I said, last day to accept this resignation deferral program. This is what they're being offered. This is what the reporters are saying is a buyout that's happening. Very interesting. Thank you for sharing that with us, Russell. So that's the actual document there that federal employees are given. You either come back to work or you sign the paper and you leave. You get paid to leave. Once again, I appreciate you, Russell. Thank you for posting that. Zero. It looks to be all cropped and stuff. I didn't see anything sensitive on there. 10 man, yeah, we got that video. We're gonna show it a little bit later. Let's read through really quick and we'll get on to this next one. Oh, Klaus Daniels. Oh, big booty on that kitty. You good boy. Yeah, you good boy. Why is everybody saying fuck YouTube? What did YouTube do? Are you just talking about scrolling on the video? Metal Mouth, all the nominees so far have been dropping truth nukes. Yeah, we got a little bit of that coming up too. Space Baby, yeah, we covered the executive orders yesterday. Appeal to Heaven, I think I have a family friend in Maryland that just got booted. They must, well, how much if they leave? I don't know. Appeal to Heaven. I don't know how that works, how much they get paid or anything like that. What's up, Cash Flow? Happy freedom to you. Cashflow, I hope the executive orders are for the good. I assume they are. I think this is a technical problem. It got delayed. Nobody knows why the EOs being signed got delayed. And then after it was delayed, it seems that nobody captured it live. I mean, obviously somebody must have. There was people in the room recording, but it wasn't live streamed anywhere. And so it's like a really suspicious thing. And then the recording that they're giving us, the whole front of it's gone. The whole beginning is gone. So, like I said, hopefully later on we'll be able to figure out what the executive orders are. I don't think they intentionally were hiding it from us. I think that people are so used to chasing around a corpse, you know, old man Walter shuffling around and stuff. They're not used to having to be more nimble with what's going on. It's hard to keep up with President Trump, and I think that the press is just doing a shit job. And whoever's running the tech over at the White House, they suck. They totally messed up today's press briefing with those crappy microphone setups and all of that. There was feedback through the entire press briefing. Never heard that one time with dealing with KJP or Jen Psaki. But then all of a sudden, Caroline Leavitt, second press briefing ever, and there's all these microphone issues. So I think it's either a DEI hire that's still lurking around the White House that's screwing up all this tech stuff, or people are just rusty and can't keep up with President Trump. But either way, Cashflow, Right Side Broadcasting was supposed to cover it. Yeah, I know. I was sitting here watching Right Side Broadcasting, waiting for them to show it because I was going to start the live, and we were going to start by watching President Trump sign EOs. But they ended the live and they said that they would update everybody as soon as they heard more. And then all of a sudden, Newsmax and all these other channels started showing a pre-recorded video of President Trump and then didn't even show the EO signing or anything. And then Right Side Broadcasting and the White House channels both don't have that video or anything else going on. So, like I said, it's very messy. All of this is very messy. Master Meatball news briefing from the National Transportation Board just started. Thank you for letting me know. What's up, Jay Blazer? Happy freedom to you, if I can get you all ready. What's up, Adam? Happy freedom. What's up, Skulls? Happy freedom to you. Thank you for making it back to the live. Diabolic. We got 4 years. Golden years. That's right. Happy freedom to you, Diabolic. What's up, ACB? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Guy Dub? Happy freedom to you. Base. I had the same problem. It's every live stream. Yeah. I've noticed. I actually checked to see if YouTube was down today because for a minute there I couldn't get the videos to load. They're just sitting there buffering and buffering. I don't know. YouTube's going through things. What's up, Uncle Sam? Happy freedom to you. I'm not AI. Like, come on. My words still make sense, right? You can still read my t-shirt and shit. I'm not AI. Proud Ankle, that was AI? What was AI? President Trump? Nah, I don't think that was AI. I look at a lot of AI stuff, but I don't think that was AI. What's up, Mr. Dude? Happy freedom to you. Cheeky Chaps, I'm surprised they let you put that many Ks together. Interesting. It looks like YouTube's loosening their policies. What's up, Kirk? Happy freedom to you. What's up, 1-2? Happy freedom to you. What's up, J Spray? Appreciate you joining us. All right, we're going to go ahead and move forward. Like I said, this next one's a follow-up video about the airplane disaster that happened in D.C. yesterday, or I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before. It was in the middle of the night. I know that. Either way, this is titled NTSB Recovers Black Boxes from American Airlines Plane. Now, before we get into this, I'm going to remind you hooligans really quick. If you would like to participate in Free Speech Saturday, make sure you post all of your memes over on Discord or on jeffmaclive.com. Just hop in the group chats on either platform. You'll see the tabs labeled memes. Drop what you got and we'll shout you out, as we're making Saturdays more fun. And let's get this pulled up. That's tomorrow now that I'm thinking about it.
Collision.
So just know, hooligans, there's no Twitch and no YouTube tomorrow because we don't occupy the soft-ass platforms on Free Speech Saturday. So if you're watching on the GoofTube or you're watching on Twitch, go ahead and get that Linktree link in the description and go check out all the other platforms that we go live on. Because like I said, Twitch and YouTube is a no-go on Saturdays, but we'll be everywhere else. So you're welcome to click all those links, make yourself an account if you want to participate in the chat, or you can just click the link and watch the live without the chat, without having to make an account. But either way, no YouTube, no Twitch tomorrow. Keep that in mind. Once again, this is NTSB Recovers Black Boxes from American Airlines Plane.
Mid-air collision over D.C. and what led up to it. We have live team coverage all morning in the aftermath of this tragedy. We start things off with News Nation's Alex Capriello, who is in Washington with the very latest this morning. Alex, good morning to you. We know those investigators have the black boxes from Flight 5342. How soon could they be getting answers from those?
Hey, Marky, good morning to you. The NTSB is the one that's fully in charge of this investigation moving forward. And you're so right. The black boxes are a key first step for the NTSB. They said overnight that they have recovered them from that American Airlines aircraft. They are now in the labs being dissected. In specific, there are two black boxes inside of an aircraft that are important. The first one is the one that we all think about inside the cockpit. This is what records the actual conversations between the pilot and the co-pilot, the communications and the discussions that are happening before the impact. The other one's actually in the back of the aircraft. That records data from the plane, like the altitude, the pitch, the speed, all those necessary data points that investigators need to sort of recreate what exactly happened in both simulations and just in discussions among those investigators. Overall, we expect to see some sort of preliminary report revealed within the next few weeks, usually about 30 days, but expect this investigation to be thorough. They won't actually conclude it for about a year or two, Marky.
Yeah, we're hoping to get those answers soon to offer some sort of blueprint as to what went wrong the other night. Also, Alex, the other interesting thing that we've learned is that we have new details about a near miss between an airplane and a helicopter. I mean, just 24 hours before this deadly collision. What more are you learning about that?
Yeah, this is an unbelievable fact that was revealed within the last 12 hours or so. We knew that Ronald Reagan Airport is a very busy airspace among both commercial airliners and helicopters, but we didn't know just how often this might happen. In just 24 hours before the fatal collision, we are now learning about another near miss between a helicopter and a commercial aircraft. We're told that the two aircrafts were within about 1,000 feet from each other, but that commercial airline was asked to actually loop around the airport another time to avoid that collision. Everything turned out okay in that situation. The commercial airliner was able to safely land a few minutes later, but it just goes to show just how often this is happening here at Ronald Reagan Airport.
Just horrendous what we've seen play out this week. Alex, thank you so much.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to...
All right, so they're making claims that they got the black boxes that are actually orange boxes, and, well, all boxes matter, but either way, they claim that we'll have more details. I don't know, with all the conspiracies going on that I didn't even think about until we went live and covered all this stuff yesterday. It's hard to say. I think that what they're doing is gaining some trust. So they'll be able to say from this point on, oh, this is what happened according to the black box, and, well, you'll just be inclined to believe it, because that's what they're for. Now, there's been, like I said, a lot of conspiracies circling around this. I don't know if it was an accident, or a lot of people wonder if it was done intentionally. It's hard to say, but either way, they're trying, like I said, trying to build confidence with the public by claiming they have these black boxes, and now we're going to get down to the bottom of what actually happened. I don't know. We'll see. Obviously, we will stay up to date with it. Whatever they come up with next, we'll have another follow-up. But next up, we got absolutely. Kash Patel declares he will make Epstein details public if confirmed as the FBI director. It's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat and see how you hooligans feel about black boxes. Zero, from what I've seen, the helo missed two other planes before hitting the third that night. I've seen an interesting video from Benny Johnson showing two different close-up videos showing the planes hitting each other. And in one video, it shows, like, I don't know which is which, but it shows the one plane just sitting there and the other one flies right into it. And in the second video, it shows both planes flying into each other. And I think the caption on the video is, how is this possible? Because there's two different videos where there's two different things happening, but supposedly it's of the same event. So I don't know, more blurring of the lines. Zero, many people following the flight on the radars. Yeah, I've seen that too, where the helicopter was like just doing this. It was like zigzagging in the sky, and then it flew right into the plane, but I don't know. J Spray, yeah. I can't read that out loud. Ain't Saturday yet. What's up, no ad? Happy freedom to you. Probably depends on the angle you're looking at. Let me see if I can find it really quick, because I was kind of thinking that too, but it's really hard to tell because there is a lot of movement. And so
Senator, yes.
Come on, man, you just popping this bullshit up. Anyways, it seems like two different things like happening. But let me see if I can find it really quick. Oh, I forgot about this video. Apparently Walmart is not doing drone deliveries in certain areas, and I came across a video where somebody was getting Dr. Pepper delivered. I also have a video of what looks like Don Jr. doing cocaine at the inauguration and JD Vance laughing at him in response. Either way, that's not quite what I'm looking for right this second. So let me see if I can find this Benny Johnson video. It's probably on X. Yeah, I think this is it. Yep, Benny Johnson. Now, I wasn't intending on showing this because I don't want to cause any more confusion than we're already getting from the news. But you know, fuck all that noise. So hold on a second. Let me take this off. We're going to play this in full screen. Obviously, this is not live. They're going to show 2 videos. They're going to play a first video, and then near the end, they're going to play a second video. This is of the plane crash footage. Like I said, these videos look very different from each other. So either way, we're going to cover this really quick, and we'll get back in the chat reading through.
These videos obtained exclusively by CNN show previously unseen angles of the collision between an American Airlines flight and a US Army Black Hawk helicopter. In the first video, the Black Hawk can be seen flying at speed over the Potomac from the left side of the screen. The American Airlines plane can be seen flying towards the airport before the two collide, causing a mid-air explosion and fall into the river. In a second video, you can see the Army helicopter and American Airlines plane travel toward each other. After the collision and subsequent explosion, the airliner can be seen spinning into the water, and the Black Hawk is also seen falling into the water. These videos...
Okay, like I said, these videos look very different from each other, even though it's supposedly of the same thing. Now that is from Benny Johnson, and the caption says, "How is this possible?" Now maybe it is an angle thing. Maybe the one camera was kind of facing the flight path. That way it just doesn't look like it's moving because it's actually heading towards the camera, or maybe flying away from the camera. I don't really know. But that's the closest footage I've seen out of all the videos that are circulating out there. I haven't seen anything where it's got a better view of what happened than those 2 videos right there. Like I said, that was I grabbed that from Benny Johnson. Jeb, I'm still not convinced that the helicopter was piloted. There's a lot of people suggesting that. Pro Gun, maybe nobody was actually in the helicopter. I mean, it could be. DCAT, Right Side Broadcasting just posted a YouTube. The signing executive order next time. Listen to me when I tell you I'm watching Trump. Well, I will see, because I didn't even see you saying that, and you know I am talking to 700 people at once right now. So if you don't tag me, I don't know you're talking to me. Okay, let's see if we can figure out what he actually signed. And if we can't figure it out, well, we'll just move forward, because I got so much news to cover today. Anyways, let's see if we can figure this out.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, sir.
Hello. You tell me when you're ready.
Head on and cuts ready?
Yep.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay, we're signing a regulation bill, and you might want to discuss it, please. Somebody could explain it.
This is an executive order called Unleashing Prosperity Through Deregulation. So it slashes unnecessary regulations, which will put more money in Americans' pockets, unleash economic growth, and guarantee that the United States of America remains the strongest competitor on the world market. And in order to achieve that, this order requires a rigorous regulatory budget process. So for each new regulation issued, at least 10 prior regulations will be identified for elimination.
So 1 for 10. And that's never been done before. We came very close to doing it in the first term, and we'll be able to easily do it, I think, in this term, and that'll have a big impact on regulation, getting rid of so many ridiculous regulations. And very importantly, Doug Burgum and Catherine, incredible governor of North Dakota, as you know, and did a really great job. And I asked him to serve as the Department of Energy, the secretary, and he's agreed to do it. And in many ways, the United States, I guarantee it's going to prove to be correct, that the United States is very lucky to have them, because they're a great team, great man and wife, great talent. So we are going to be working, and you're going to be working very hard with Chris Wright over at Energy. And we have a lot of land. We have more land than anybody else in the world that has energy under it, namely, I call it liquid gold, but oil and gas and other things. And he'll be seeking that out, and he's going to help our country to become extremely liquid and extremely wealthy again. and I don't think it'll take too long. He's ready to go. Right, he just got approved, as you know, by the Senate. So it was pretty good. We want to thank everybody, and we want to thank Senator Thune for moving it along. And if you could give me his commission, we'll sign it. Thank you very much. And if you'd like to ask a question of the new secretary, it's a very interesting title, but it's a pretty great title, right?
Yes.
Cabinet member and everything else.
Okay, so that seems to be that. I am wondering what is going on with these pictures in the back. You guys can't even see it. Right there, all those pictures. Why would you have 4 or 5 pictures stacked in front of each other? You can't even look at them. What is that for? I remember old man Walter having that. Is that something that's just normal? I don't know. It seems more symbolic than anything else. I don't think there's anything else he's signing on here. I think from this point on is all stuff that we heard already, him just answering questions and whatnot seems to be it. Either way, now we know he cut restrictions. I don't know what restrictions, but sounds good. Sounds good. We're going to read through really quick, and like I said, next up we got Kash Patel saying he's going to release the Epstein details if he gets selected for head of the FBI. Free the Texan, every president has that. Like I said, it seems kind of symbolic. I mean, 'cause you can't look at pictures when they're stacked in front of each other like that. So maybe it's like good wishes or something like, these are all my favorite photos. These are all my favorite people. You know, that kind of thing. Wayward, my mom messaged me talking about how badass Caroline is. Love it. Yeah, she is. She is awesome. Caroline Levitt kicks ass. Happy Freedom Stoner. Yeah, Klaus Daniels, he's a good boy. What's up, Dutton? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Rocket? Happy freedom to you. Jab layers of pictures, must be a female decorator, kind of like rows of pillows on a bed. Yeah, I'm not sure. I remember old man Walter having pictures, but I can't remember if they were stacked like that. What's up, River? Welcome back to the live and happy freedom to you. Was that Gavin Newsom's stun double? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who that guy is, but he does resemble the new scum. That's for sure. What's up, neighbor guy? Happy freedom to you. No, I've been lifting weights. I might have washed the shirt a little in hot water or something like that. And now it's fitting like a schmedium. I think I've told you guys that before. When we were teenagers, me and my brothers and stuff, we used to wear like medium shirts because it made you look buff. Secrets. Telling my secrets here. Cash flow. They need to figure out all this audio shit before they do press conferences. Yeah, well, I think they sabotaged her. Like I said, out of 4 years of covering press briefings, and we only missed maybe 3 or 4 of them, never heard feedback issues like that, never heard audio issues like that, where you can't even hear what the questions are that the reporters are asking. Never heard that before. I think they sabotaged her. Now, that's just my opinion. It could be just some idiot who pretended to know how to do the job and obviously did not know what he was doing. But it felt like they sabotaged her. What's up, Lisa? Happy freedom to you. What's up, white guy? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Rich? Happy freedom. White guy, that sounds like women wearing push-up bras. It is. It's the men's version of that. Wear a medium. You look all buff. What's up, Rodney? Happy freedom to you. What's up, real life? Happy freedom to you. Democrats are allowing illegals to change their names to evade ICE. No, I'm not surprised by that at all, real life. The Democrats are doing everything they can to try and help those illegals because they're going to need somebody to vote in 2028. I want to see these people start getting held accountable. they start taking governors and mayors and people like that to jail over harboring and aiding and abetting illegals inside the country, or even consider it human trafficking, right? You take illegals and you pass them and you change their name and you put them in other facilities, we'll call that human trafficking, then charge them with 20 years. And then see how many other governors and mayors start just straightening right up because they don't want to face 20 years in prison. Accountability shows up, and these people all of a sudden will just know how to act right. They've been convincing us for 4 years that they can behave like unicorns and rabid dogs, and we're supposed to just accept that. But watch when accountability shows up, and then all of a sudden their brain cells start working, showing us that they actually know how to behave in society. They're trying to corrupt what normal is. And now normal is showing back up. And so we'll see. They bring that accountability back, and watch how many of these governors and mayors start straightening up. What's up, Lion's Heart? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Cinderella? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Garth? Happy freedom. What's up, Johnny Cage? They're switching sides, so pay attention. Yeah, they're doing a lot of ass kissing right now. What's up, J-Dog? Happy freedom. Appreciate it, Kelly Kaku, and happy freedom to you. What's up, everything? Happy freedom to you. You believe their family photos, mom, etc. I've seen some hooligans saying that there was a couple of them of President Trump's mom. Liberty Sweetheart, did you see the list of target disability hiring goals for the FAA? No, I haven't seen anything about that. Zero, this shirt is not a schmedium. We'll see if Alistair can put something together for us. Astral Hammer, Jeff Max got a Caroline Levitt poster hanging on his bedroom wall. It's on the ceiling, actually, Astral Hammer, but, you know, you mind your business. Mind your business. I appreciate you, Dan. J Spray Walter had him too. Yeah, I saw that, but I couldn't remember what the images were when Old Man Walter was sitting there. I just remember seeing it when we were expecting Old Man Walter to be live at like 8 or 9 o'clock at night. It might have been the final sniff, I'm not really sure, but I remember him talking with his hands, and we were all trying to check his watch to see if it was a pre-recording or if it was actually live. And I just remember sitting there, you know, listening to him stammer and noticing the pictures in the background, but I just can't remember if they were stacked on top of each other like that. Yeah, J-Dog. I mean, that's normally how it is. The thing is YouTube's been standing on my neck for 2 years. But lately, they've been recommending my videos, and I don't really know why. I think it's because Trump's in office, but either way. Viola, 3 hours of mic check. Yeah, they need somebody, you know, somebody like me out there doing the audio for the White House. It'd be nice and clear. I'll even bring my own equipment. All right, I think we're going to move forward here. This next one is a good one. It's titled, Absolutely. Kash Patel declares he will make Epstein details public if confirmed as FBI director. Now, obviously, this is from yesterday because that's when the hearings were for Kash Patel. So it was a nice little highlight right here. Go ahead and hit that thumbs up button over on Rumble as well as the GoofTube, and let's get this rolling.
I want to talk to you about the Epstein case. I have worked on this for years, trying to get those records of who flew on Epstein's plane and who helped him build this international human trafficking, sex trafficking ring. Now, earlier I urged then Chairman Durbin to subpoena those records, and I ended up being blocked by Senator Durbin and Christopher Wray, they stonewalled on this. And I know that breaking up these trafficking rings is important to President Trump. So will you work with me on this issue so we know who worked with Jeffrey Epstein in building these sex trafficking rings?
Absolutely, Senator. Child sex trafficking has no place in the United States of America, and I will do everything, if confirmed as FBI director, to make sure the American public knows the full weight of what happened in the past and how we are going to countermand missing children and exploited children going forward.
Thank you for that. I do want to touch on the political persecution. I find it so interesting that they feel like you would carry out political persecution. Your parents are with us today. They fled Uganda and persecution from Idi Amin. And I think that with your background and given your family's history, that you would never move to political persecution. Is that accurate?
Yes, Senator, that is.
And we appreciate that you would remove any kind of 2 tiers of justice from the FBI because they have practiced that every day for years. Not all FBI agents. There are some good ones, and we certainly want to keep them, but the politics has got to be moved out of the agency.
Oh, the politics needs to be removed from the agency. Oh, okay. Okay. Either way, it sounds really good. Kash Patel, he says absolutely. He will release the details on Epstein Island and all of that kind of stuff. Of course, none of the clients or anything has been arrested. They claim that it's such a big deal. Oh my God, human trafficking is terrible here in America. Well, then why don't you do anything about it? They didn't arrest anybody. They arrested what's-her-face, and that was about it. And then they claimed Epstein smoked himself. So who else did they arrest? Nobody. They got 350,000 kids that they lost themselves that they don't know where they're at, let alone what happened over on Epstein Island. These people pretend like they care. I think Kash Patel is going to really spill the beans on it, but the people giving him the questions, I think they're involved in the dirt. So, either way. Next up, we got viral clip of Chuck Schumer saying he's aroused, and the comment leaves YouTube or TV host speechless. It's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat, see what your hooligans think about Kash Patel. Jay Spray, I'd be happy if that's all the FBI did. Yeah, I wish they'd just do their job and stop screwing around. Muskie boss. That's, yeah. No, I don't think I'm going to read that out loud. That's tough. That is tough stuff. I never thought about breast cheese. That's something else. Anyways. Zero, would you go live from the press room? I don't know if they'll actually let me. If they give me a press pass so I can go to the White House press briefings, I don't know if they'll let me live stream from inside the press room. It would be cool. It'd be a point of view that no one's really seen before. At least I've never seen anybody, from the seats live streaming the press briefing. I don't know. I hope I hear back from the White House pretty soon to see if they're either going to accept or deny my application for a press pass. Russell, FBI agents need to clean up or get out of the agency. Absolutely. 10 man, that's rough. It is rough. I had to think really hard if I was going to share that or not. Patriot Dad, I get the pleasure of seeing these spoiled ass government employees in panic mode. They have to be productive now. Yeah, and they're all crying about it. What's up, Happy Finger? Happy freedom to you. Non-woke, this will be interesting. I'll bring the beer. Sounds good. Dutton, making statements like this will prevent him from getting in. Epstein's clients are in that room. I think you're right, Dutton. I hope he gets confirmed because he seems like he is the man for the job. And so I hope he does. I don't know how long we got to wait until we figure it out. for the Texan, a petition for Trump's impeachment reached 100,000 signatures. How many do they need before anybody starts caring about that stuff? The arguments that people have against President Trump and what he's been doing for the last 2 weeks are lame. Super lame. Trying to defend border crossers and stuff. I've been seeing some crazy memes. I assume to see lots of this on Saturday for our Free Speech Saturday, so don't forget, drop your memes. I've been seeing a lot of memes where it shows the teachers that are saying, we're going to protect the students from ICE. We're going to lock the schools down and protect them from ICE. I'm like, oh, that's great. How come you wouldn't be willing to get a gun to protect them from school shooters? They're not willing to do that. They want to fight against ICE, but they don't want to do anything to stop school shooters. I'm like, okay. All right. Silver Wolf, you're right. You are right. I can't word it like that while YouTube's watching, but you are right. Yeah, when YouTube was targeting me, I wasn't calling it YouTube anymore. I was calling it Derek Chauvin. That's how it was going. Right on my neck. J-Dog bikini wrestling? No, we're not doing that on Saturdays. You guys don't want to see me in a bikini. I'll tell you that right now. What's up to Rosa? Happy freedom to you. Scott, I hope you get that press pass. That would be awesomeness. I agree. It would be exciting. I'd be scared to drive to DC. I don't know. Just because we've covered nothing but terrible things going on in DC, I'd be a little bit worried going there. But it would be so awesome to be a part of a White House press briefing. Even if I only got to do it one time, it would be really awesome. What's up, Tactical Dragon? Happy freedom to you. Base. I think Kash will get confirmed. I worry that Tulsi won't. If you watch her confirmation hearing, it was awful. The Democrat and Republican traitors revealed themselves. I seen a little bit of Tulsi Gabbard, but like I was saying yesterday or the day before, it was one or the other. Not a lot of highlights from her being live. I don't know what's going on here. My mouse is dead. Either way. Yeah, like I was saying, Tulsi Gabbard, there's not a lot of highlights from her being live. And there's a lot of people questioning if she's going to get confirmed or not. All right, let's figure this out because my mouse just totally stopped working. And this is my last mouse. Okay, we're good to go. Kalikaku, I bet you'll get it. After all, they're going to add more seats and they've got 4 whole years to get you a slot. And that's true. Now, whoever they brought today is some big live streamer, I guess. So what I worry about is that I'm not a big enough name for them to bring me in, because like I said, when we all found out that they were going to do that, like I said, this is kind of a publicity stunt. They're going to have people like, I assume, Aiden Ross and people like that who got millions of viewers. They're going to have them come into the White House, not because they're good at answering questions or asking questions, but because they got the viewers. So they'll go home from their press briefing or whatever, and they'll play clips from being there, and all their viewers will go, wow, that's really badass that you were at the White House. And then maybe they'll start watching the press briefing. So all of this is like advertisement to get more people watching these press briefings. So I wonder if I'm not a big enough fish for them to accept me. And so we'll see. Time will tell. And like I was telling everybody over on the website, if I do get accepted for the White House press briefing, I think what we'll do is I'll make a Google document, and all of you guys can send in suggestions on what to ask Caroline Leavitt. I'll pick a few of the questions because I don't know if they'll let me ask, more than one. Sometimes you get 2 or 3 in, according to, us covering Peter Doocy. And I'll pick 2 or 3 from the document and then ask them as I can going into the press briefing. But we won't know till I hear back from the White House. Kelly Kaku, I saw today's press conference. The civilian streamer got the first question. You'll be guaranteed to get 1 question probably if you wanted follow-up questions too. Yeah, and they did ask him if he had any more questions. He only had the 1 question, and they were like, do you have anything else? And he was like, no. And like I said, we've covered almost every single press briefing in the last 4 years. There's only been a few that we've missed. And so I think they'll give me a couple, but, we'll see how it goes. And I'm going to bring Caroline Leavitt a hooligan t-shirt. I'm going to bring one for her and one for President Trump. Zero, I wonder if they accept Jeff Mack. They say you have to be there on this day at this time. I think so, Zero. Just because of how they were talking about the one guy that was there today, the live streamer, I think so. I think if they gave me a pass They would tell me when I'm supposed to be there. I don't think I'd be able to just show up whenever I want to. DCAT, I would rather you go down and show us the Guantanamo Bay actually looks like. I think that would be better than DC any day. Well, I mean, I don't want to go to Guantanamo, but I don't know how I would even show that. I don't even know where that is. I'd have to look into it, but it would be interesting to show that as well. Plastic Quack, ask her if she'll love me long time. I don't get banned, get my press credentials taken away my first day there. It'll be hard not to laugh, though. They'll call on me, and I'll just try not to laugh. I might mention, there's a lot of questions that you don't want me to ask you. She'd be like what? I'm like, okay, you asked for this. Pro Gun, Jeff Mack for White House Press Secretary. The Hooligans voted on it in September, I think, August or September. I was elected the press secretary, but you know, Caroline Levitt, she's hotter than I am, so we just let her take the podium. But no, I was the one that was voted in. Tony Rez, the White House says, sorry, Jeff, had to decline. Heard you run around with a bunch of hooligans. Yeah, they might feel that way. Either way, I had to apply. I couldn't just let that opportunity pass me by. No Reddits in Cuba? No, I don't think Cuba wants me over there. I can't go to most countries. I can leave our country, but other countries don't want me to be there. Patriot Dad, I've seen more than a dozen people at work fired for not passing the government background check. It's pretty strict. Yeah, and I mean, that could be a thing too. They might see my criminal record and tell me no, but it's old, so I assume it would be fine, but you know, I'll let you guys know. Like I said, even if they deny me, I will read the email for you guys. DeRosa, ask Caroline what the chip clips are for. See, that's what I'm saying. She don't want these problems. They're not gonna let me in. The more I think about this, the more I'm like, I don't think they're gonna let me in. What's up, Keister? Happy freedom to you. Marsha and Dick Durbin got into it regarding his stopping the release of the Epstein list in the exchange with Kash, and it's pretty epic. I will have to look that up. Thank you for letting me know, Keister. Guess don't tell them you know me, just advice. They're gonna see. They're watching the chat right now. They're trying to figure it out. We've had Fed boys in the chat since 2019. They're watching us right now, but now they got purpose. What's up, Greg? Happy freedom. Now we got more news coming up. Tactical. If they deny the great Jeff Mack, it should be a violation of freedom of press. I agree. I'm gonna be standing outside all mad, talking shit in front of the White House. Why not? Kelly Kaku, if you get the press pass, we will all for sure be watching it. I bet they'll allow you to stream it. They might. If they let me, I'll go live from the chair, from wherever they have me sitting. I don't know what the internet's going to be like there, but you know, I'll try my best. Liberty Sweetheart says they want to hire folks with epilepsy and severe learning or mental health problems for the FAA. Well, I think that's what President Trump was signing the executive order against yesterday, talking about doing away with DEI policies in the FAA. Liberty Sweetheart, the first press pass app not being responded to makes me wonder if the White House has bad first date vibes. When, let me see. Yeah, earlier today, Caroline Levitt said there was more than 10,000 applications or something like that. So I think it's just going to take time. Liberty Sweetheart is supposed to be voting on Kash soon, maybe by Monday. That'd be awesome. Liberty Sweetheart, you might be too based. I don't know. We'll see. Russell, I'm a Fed boy and I'm watching the hell out of you. Yeah. But you're not convicting J6ers over watching the live, though. Picture Dad, I'd go on your behalf. That's another thing I wonder is, will they let me bring somebody with me? Like, do I have to go alone, or would I be able to have somebody with me for backup? Pro Gun, send Klaus to ask the tough questions. Who left the baggie of catnip in the White House? That's right. Get Klaus a press pass. How could you say no to Klaus? What's up, Frank? Happy freedom to you. Thank you for joining us over on Kick. Kelly Kaku, Greg McCormick applied for one of the civilian press passes, and they're discussing how it would work out and what he'd do when he gets there. Interesting. I don't know who that is, but that's interesting. Keister Glowy's in the chat. Good thing I LARP as a bunny. Yep, there you go. You'll be all right. You'll be all right. I showed everybody in the voice chat. They got my face on DOJ documents and stuff. We're sitting here live covering J6. Yeah. I didn't even know until like a year later. Anyways, moving forward here, this next one, like I said, is titled, this is just a funny clip. This is just cuz. It's titled Viral Clip of Chuck Schumer saying he's aroused, and the comment leaves TV host speechless. Now, before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, really quick, if you would like to join the membership program over on Rumble, all you have to do is click that big red subscribe button right below where you type in the chat. Now, if you're on Android and using that Rumble app, you're unable to see the big red subscribe button. So you got to go to rumble.com, come to the live, hop in the chat, and like I said, right below where you type in the chat, you will see that big red subscribe button. Click that button and jump through the hoops, and your name will be highlighted as an official Rumble hooligan. You'll have access to our custom emojis. We have chapstick emojis, scream and goat emojis, Klaus Daniels emojis, President Trump emojis, and more. It's a lot of fun during the live, especially during a Trump live. So definitely go join the membership program over on Rumble. And a little side note, you can only do that while we're live. If we're not live, there is no subscribe button. There's a join button, but that's for locals. That is different. So just keep that in mind. Like I said, we're getting into this next one. This is Chuck Schumer looking more of an idiot than normal.
Pretty much.
That's not exactly what the title is, but you know, don't hold me to it. Either way, hit that thumbs up over on Rumble as well as the GoofTube, and let's get this rolling.
Pretty much everyone on the right side of politics is seriously, shall we say, excited about what Donald Trump has done in his first 2 weeks in the chair. But how about our Democrat friends? Well, according to Chuck Schumer, they're doing great too. They're not just excited. In fact, they're aroused.
People are aroused. I haven't seen people so aroused in a very, very long time in terms of trying to get this done. So yes, I think democracy will have an effect, and we are going to keep at it.
Aroused, you say? Hey, Chuck, let's dim the lights and put some mood music on to set the mood, hey?
People are aroused. I haven't seen people so aroused in a very, very long time.
Whew, is it getting hot in here, or is it just me?
Like I said, that's just for fun. That's just for funsies. That's not exactly news. So what we'll do is we'll just go ahead and move forward into this next video that is a little bit more of news. Now, it's another short video, but this is titled Hakeem Jeffries, We're Going to Fight Trump Agenda in the Courts and in the Streets. Now, this is Hakeem Jeffries obviously doing a call to action, sounding like he's directly calling for Antifa to do what they do, right? They just show up and destroy everything. And he's here for it. He's literally asking for it. So we're going to hop right into this video, and afterwards we will read through the chat. Once again, this is titled Hakeem Jeffries, quote, We're going to fight Trump's agenda in the courts and in the streets.
We are going to fight it legislatively. We are going to fight it in the courts. And we're going to fight it in the streets. As was demonstrated this week, House Democrats, Senate Democrats, Democratic governors, and everyday Americans all across the country rose up in defiance as it relates to the illegal, unlawful, and extreme federal funding freeze that is part of the Republican rip-off agenda. We fought it, we stopped it, and we will never surrender. We are going to...
All right, Hakeem Jeffries there saying that they They want to fight Trump's agenda. You know, they're mad. He's getting rid of the border crossers. Dudes can't play in girls' sports anymore. The illegals aren't murdering, kidnapping, and raping kids and women anymore. And Hakeem Jeffries just isn't going to stand for it, right? So he needs activation in the streets, people to burn shit down, because there's not enough corruption in America anymore, and he's sick and tired of it. Next up, Trump order targets pro-Palestinian student protesters. Now, this is News Nation spinning what President Trump is doing to make it seem like it's a bad thing that he's trying to do something about these pro-Hamas protesters that are at these Ivy League schools. We already know the schools aren't doing anything. Half the professors are participating in the shenanigans that are going on. So President Trump obviously put some EOs together to do something about this, and well, News Nation, they're kind of bent out of shape, so they're spinning the story. It's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about Hakeem Jeffries, his call to action, as well as Chuck Schumer being aroused. Zero, mostly peaceful protests. Yeah, exactly. Happy Freedom Muskie Boss, if I didn't get you already. I'm sitting here trying to think. We've been live twice a day, so my brain's all scrambled. Russell, so he's calling for violence. I mean, that's what it sounds like. 10 man, what a POS. Yeah, for sure. Zero, the FBI needs to pay Timu Obama a visit. You ain't wrong. Guess that was news. Any dude that old getting aroused is world news. Well, you're right, guess it was Australia covering it, so yeah, it is world news. Jay Spray, we need new conspiracy theories. All of them seem to be true. That's right. No ad beta. Yeah. Metal Mouth, Klaus is dreaming of world domination in his cat bed. He's planning it. Roy, Hakeem Jeffries is a paid clown. Hopefully soon him and others will be forced out or resign. Yeah, I agree. He just wishes he was Obama so bad. I hear that Obama and Michael are getting divorced. I also heard the Jennifer Aniston stuff, but I didn't find any merit to that. But I keep hearing that those two are getting divorced. So Hakeem Jeffries, I mean, hey, he might have a shot. He could be with the real Obama. Pumpkin, he was calling for violence in the streets. What he's doing is fighting us for electing Trump. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Pumpkin. Pro gun, I can't read that out loud, but yeah, he needs a good hoofing. J-Dog, power fist hand gestures. Yeah. He wishes it was the George Floyd days, but it ain't. So we'll take it to the streets. I've been waiting for this. We'll see if he actually activates anybody. Tony Rez, the discount Obama. No ad erection. Yeah, see, and that's what I said at the beginning of the live. It's like saying that President Trump caused an erection all over again. What's up, Deep South Jody? Happy freedom to you. Non-woke, clearly Chuck Schumer. He's fond of Trump. Yeah. He's never been so aroused. He's never seen so many people aroused. Yeah, we got what we voted for. What do you expect, buddy? What's up, Sam? Happy freedom to you. Guess I confirmed Obama's divorce. According to the court records, she was being a dick. I think you're right, guess and he couldn't take it anymore. You like that? We got the voice chat coming up after this. We're all getting fired up for it. The Rosa, Jennifer Aniston, and Obama are just friends. Base, yeah. Shape-shifting Antifa. We'll see how it all goes. We saw Antifa sometime around Inauguration Day. I can't remember. Or not. Yeah, it was Inauguration Day. It might have been the day before. There was a Trump rally, a victory rally the day before. We saw Antifa out in Portland. There was like 7 of them, and they were getting roughed up by cops. That was the last time I seen them, though. We'll see if they activate some more. We got 4 years of President Trump, so you never know. What's up, Trill? Happy freedom to you. Those 2020 riots was a pivot point for America. I don't think we'll have riots like that again unless we go back into the lockdowns. I think the lockdowns is what contributed to those days being the way they were. I don't think people care enough about stuff to have so many people in the streets. Antifa had more than 1,000 people outside of the Justice Center every night for a while, for more than a month. And now I can't see more than 20 of them together. Yeah, Bays. Today I came across a video of Minneapolis mayor on his knees sobbing at George Floyd's casket. So cringe. Yeah. I'm waiting for the Derek Chauvin retrial to happen. That'll really kick things off because they already came out and said that George Floyd died from an overdose. He didn't die from Derek Chauvin. And the last we heard about Derek Chauvin is when he was almost stabbed to death. And so I'm waiting for that retrial. It's got to be coming up. Either an appeal or a retrial is bound to happen. As soon as it does, we will be covering that. And if it is a trial, we'll cover it live. We covered the first one live. So I'm waiting for that to happen. That'll really stir the pot. Liberty Sweetheart, Schumer may have taken too many little blue pills. That's what everyone is saying. He had other things on his mind. Zero, there was 3 cops and 4 Antifa. Yeah. I just remember the one guy was getting thrown to the ground. The one Antifa dude, he couldn't even stand. Pro-gun, you were cracking me up. All right, hooligans, we're going to move forward. Like I said, this next one is titled Trump order targets pro-Palestinian student protesters. Now, this is News Nation spinning this story to say, big mean President Trump, he's going after these protesters. Now, the quiet part that they don't say is that he's going after illegals and stuff like that. Now, he's trying to stop, I don't know what it's called, people being mad against Jewish people, whatever that phrase is. He's trying to stop that. News Nation makes it sound like he's deporting Americans over this stuff. So I don't know. Just know that there's a spin to this. So you got to watch that whiplash. Either way, hit that thumbs up over on Rumble as well as the GoofTube. Let's get into this.
President Donald Trump is taking unprecedented steps aimed at combating anti-Semitism with a new executive order, but it includes a pledge to deport certain non-citizens who participated in pro-Palestinian protests. News Nation's Alicia Nieves has been following these updates from New York. Alicia, let's start with just the basics here. Break this executive order down for us and tell us what the White House says about its immediate impact.
Yeah, good morning, Marky. Based on the broad language of this executive order, it really has the potential to lead to the arrest and even possibly a deportation of international students here on a visa who have taken part in or continue to take part in pro-Palestinian protests like the ones that we saw here at Columbia University last year and at other college campuses across the country. The Trump administration is basically framing this order as a response to what the administration calls an alarming spike in anti-Semitic incidents, particularly on college campuses since the Israel-Hamas conflict escalated. Now, according to the White House fact sheet, the Department of Justice is instructed to take, quote, immediate action against anything deemed a terroristic threat, arson, vandalism, or violence directed toward Jewish individuals or institutions. But the most contentious part of the president's promise is to deport non-citizens, including, again, international students who allegedly joined pro-Palestinian protests that the administration itself is linking to support for Hamas. Now, the White House, we understand, plans to move relatively fast, giving federal agencies a mandate to identify and immediately begin removing anyone that it says either is violating U.S. law or based on this executive order, anyone who it says is, supporting what it calls, but doesn't clearly define, pro-jihadist activities. I have to add really quickly, in terms of concerns that people have around this executive order, it's the concern that this potentially infringes on something we hold dear, the First Amendment rights, of course, the right to free speech and protest. Marky?
All right, Alicia Nieves, thank you for those updates.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to
free screech. They have the right to free screech. Never thought of that before. That's what it sounded like she said. And then you hear all those protesters screaming and crying. Makes sense. They got the right to free screech. Either way, like I said, News Nation, they're trying to spin it like President Trump is doing terrible things when he's going after illegals that are protesting, right? Illegals who don't have the right to protest. They do not have the right to gather. That is our rights as citizens. If they're out there protesting and they're talking bad about Jewish people or anybody, then they're getting taken and they're going to be held accountable. News Nation seems to be bent out of shape about that, which I don't really understand considering their staff is mostly women. The illegals are targeting women and children. So I don't know why they're all bent out of shape about it. I guess the day they knock on their door, they'll find out. I feel the same way about people who are anti-gun. Like, God forbid anybody breaks into your house, because when they have their way with you and you're calling for help and nobody's showing up, well, you're going to wish you had a gun. And you have an illegal break in your house and have their way with you, you're going to wish President Trump was doing these mass deportations a little faster than he is right now. So these people are, they enjoy being scared and stupid at the same time. Either way, next up, we got the last little bit of the news. It's titled, Kristi Noem issues warning to Blue City officials as immigration crackdown heats up. Now, of course, after the news, we got 2 funny videos of the day, like always. But first, we're going to read through the chat before we get to Kristi Noem. Zero, they're not U.S. citizens. They do not have our rights. We allow them to be here and ask them to leave at any time. Yeah. News Nation don't like that, though. Zero, yes, you protest for Hamas, then you get the boot. I mean, it sounds right. I don't know why people are mad about it. Sam, they're going to be big butthurt if they do. Yeah. It's rolling. Oh, you're talking about Trump should pardon Derek Chauvin, and then they would be big butthurt over it. You're right. You are right. Man, that'd be crazy if President Trump pardoned Derek Chauvin. That might get the riots going again. I mean, if anything was going to do it, it'd be that. Metal Mouth, she's what I call more tits than talent. Yeah, that's what the left is saying about Caroline Leavitt. They're like, she's pretty, and that's why Trump chose her. And like, it's all ugly bullfrogs saying it, looking like buffaloes out in the field. And it's like, oh, you're just mad that she's pretty. You ain't even mad that President Trump chose her. I don't know. It's funny. Schumer, that would be the nail in the coffin. Absolutely. Derek Chauvin gets a pardon from President Trump. They'd hit the streets for sure. Metal Mouth, it does sound like she said free screech. Yeah, the protesters, they have the right to free screech. Pro-gun, you heard it too. Pumpkin, they're terrorist sympathizers. You are absolutely right. Those pro-Hamas protesters are absolutely terrorist sympathizers. They say death to America and all kinds of stuff like that. I feel like if you're saying that stuff, that is the equivalence of you denouncing your citizenship. You should be susceptible to deportations if you're wishing death on your own country. I mean, what kind of an idiot are you? J-Dog, yeah. News Nation is, they're anti-Trump, and you can tell by the language they use in stories that are related to President Trump. Like when he was president-elect, right, they would just call him former president and stuff like that. They always make sure to leave little details in there to show you that they're against what President Trump is doing. They're against conservatives. God forbid they cover a J6 video because they talk terrible about those people, but they're just not blatant about it like CNN and MSNBC, right? Their News Nation isn't calling him Hitler, but they might say he resembles Hitler. Like they kind of do a nod to being anti-Trump, but they're not loud about it like CNN is. What's up, Spicy K? Happy Freedom. What's up, Crab Nebula? Happy Freedom to you. Pro-gun, pardon Chauvin, and then put him in charge of the race relations. You just want them to burn down the left coast, don't you? Because that's exactly what would happen. Noad, doesn't Chris Cuomo work there? Enough said. I don't know who that is, but could be. The Rosa News Nation is the new CNN. Yep, they are. Lisa, I bet they know what Barron whispered to Slow Joe. You're fired. I'd really like to know what Barron said to Old Man Walter, because you could see it in his face. Whatever Barron said to him was not what he was expecting to hear at all. And a lot of people suggest that Barron whispered to him, you should have pardoned yourself. And when you think about it like that, now I'm not saying that's what he said, but when you think about it like that and you see the way that Joe froze up, and then Barron walks away and Joe's still sitting there like whatever was said to him is resonating. I don't know what he said, but it hit. Whatever it was, it hit. Old Man Walter, he might be a fry short of a full basket, but he knew whatever Barron was talking about. He took that to heart. Brian, yeah, it is. What do you mean it's not? It is. It's a nationality. It's a religion and a nationality. I mean, I don't know any people of that stuff, but as far as I know, it is. We'll Google it if we have to, but I'm pretty sure. Jewish people are a race and a religion. This is going to start a whole bunch of shit that I don't care about. Everyone's going to start talking about Israel and Gaza and other places I've never seen or wanted to go to. I hate that. That's the hard part about covering the news. What's up, Cinderella? Happy freedom. We can see ya. Oh, I see Zero. That guy. I don't know if he's on News Nation, but I wouldn't be surprised. That's a terrible gif. He's bragging about CNN. It's like bragging about diarrhea. I don't know. I don't know about that. All right, hooligans. We're going to move on to this last little bit of the news before you start lecturing me on foreign country stuff. This last little bit of the news, and of course we got the fun stuff coming up next. This is titled, Kristi Noem issues warning to Blue City officials as immigration crackdown heats up. Now, like I said, Kristi Noem, she's been hanging out with Tom Homan. Tom Homan is no ho man. And so, I don't know if she's all decked out in this. Let me see. Yeah, she is. She is. She doesn't give us some details on how this mass deportation's been going. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button over on Rumble as well as the GoofTube. And let's get this rolling.
Cesar Augusto Polanco from the Dominican Republic was just picked up by ICE after getting paroled in Massachusetts. He was serving a life sentence for killing his pregnant girlfriend. Then there's Edgar de la Cruz Manzo, a Mexican national and convicted child rapist. He was arrested in Seattle. And then there's Yared Garamu Mekonnen, an Ethiopian national and convicted sex offender. He was arrested in New Orleans. Now, more than 5,500 criminal aliens have been arrested since Trump took office. Where are they headed? Well, Gitmo. Joining me now, Kristi Noem, Secretary of Homeland Security. Secretary Noem, thanks for joining us. How soon will Gitmo be ready? We kind of floated this idea a couple of nights ago because obviously they had all the Haitian refugees there. But how soon will the facility be ready to take in these illegals?
You know, it won't take very long at all. We already have some dangerous criminals there that are illegal aliens. And so the facilities can be stood up quite quickly. They're soft-sided. We have the space. We just got to get to work.
What do you think of these officials from blue cities like Minneapolis, St. Paul, that are essentially saying, don't even think about worrying, we got you, to the aliens?
Well, they're not taking care of their people. Clearly, we want to come in and help make their streets safer. It was amazing to me the other morning when I was in New York City. It was 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, and the community members were walking past us on the streets and saying, thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for getting these folks out of these apartment buildings, these dangerous criminals. They're walking their kids to school at 7 o'clock in the morning. I can't imagine doing that when these drug dealers and weapons dealers and rapists and murderers were on the streets.
Well, you got 15 million, at least, people to remove from the country. Right. 5,500, there are a lot of really bad people in that group, but that pace is going to have to be picked up by about 15-fold in order to remove that many people. Can you do that?
We can. But we're going to need partnerships. And we've got a lot of folks coming out of retirement that want to be a part of these task forces. We've got retired sheriffs, law enforcement officers. We've got a lot of folks that are coming back because of what President Trump has done to inspire them to be a part of keeping America safe.
But to that point, Madam Secretary, we have these blue city mayors, and I want you to hear from Brandon Johnson about whether they're going to comply. If you go to the trouble of getting a subpoena to pick up a child sex offender, this was his response.
This oversight committee, of all the things that they want to have sight over, they should look at the White House right now. That White House is being ran in one of the most raggedy forms of government that I've ever seen.
It's being ran by, okay. Well, it looks like some of these mayors aren't going to comply with any subpoenas. And President Trump, I believe you said there will be repercussions. Are you all going to follow through, and what are those repercussions going to be?
Yeah, we're still going into their communities. We're still going into their communities.
But how about with the officials that interfere with federal law enforcement?
You know, they will, but the federal government has the authority to go in and to make their communities safer, especially these that are perpetuating dangerous
Well, what about
crimes.
these officials who get in your way? Will there be repercussions for them personally?
You know, the reality is these sanctuary cities, their laws have caused us problems. I mean, they are limiting some of our tools that we want in our toolbox, but we're going to continue to go in and use our operations and then show in other cities how it's working and tell our story to the American people. The people in their community need to hear how their mayors, their elected officials are protecting the criminals.
But will you go after them personally? I'm going to ask for the third time. Will you go after, I'm asking a question because I expect an answer. Will you go after these individual mayors who are saying essentially they're going to thwart federal authority? You guys have the authority over immigration enforcement. They don't.
Listen, Laura, nobody's above the law. Of course we will. But that's up to President Trump. President Trump gives us a direction. I don't sit here and make up a decision on what I do. I follow the law. That's my job, is we treat everybody the same in this country now that we have President Trump in the White House, and he's going to give us direction on how we're going to go after these individuals.
You were up north, and you were in New York. Where are you going next?
I was in Vermont today and on the Canadian border talking about some of the challenges that we've had. I think most people are worried that we're going to steal resources from the northern border in order to secure the southern border, and that's not what we're going to do.
You're going to seal it all down.
Yeah, we'll reinforce.
You have your work cut out for you. We'll be watching every step of the way.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming in. Great to see you.
Thank you. You bet.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey,
Kristi Noem there telling us about Gitmo and how it's going rounding up the illegals for this mass deportation. Of course, nobody heard anything she said because everybody was just staring at her. All the chats is hooligans just like, yeah, would. Crack me up. Kristi Noem. It's funny how nobody talks about her shooting her dog anymore. Man, people were all mad about that. But she looks good in her mass deportation uniform, right? Out there kicking out illegals. It's good. It's good stuff. Next up, we got our funny videos of the day. But first, we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about Kristi Noem and that last little bit of the news. Mindy, arrest them. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hold these people accountable. Take the illegals out, put them where they got to go. If they're real bad, throw them in Gitmo. And if anybody who's an elected official stands in the way, well, send them to prison. And that'll straighten everything out. Some of the stuff I can't read out loud. Sam, Chicago's being ran by a raggedy-ass mayor. Yeah. Yep. You were absolutely right. He's being investigated, too. I'm trying to think, we covered it yesterday or the day before, that the federal government is making these people who are holding these sanctuary cities come in and explain why they're running these sanctuary city policies that are conflicting with federal law. New York is being called in. Chicago's being called in. There's quite a few of them. I think I can't remember if it was yesterday or day before, but I can't wait for a follow-up on that because Johnson was the first one to be called in for investigation or have a back and forth with Congress, I believe it is, to discuss what he's going to do about his whole sanctuary city policy, because it needs to change, because right now it's conflicting with federal law, and federal law trumps state law. And so they'll have to figure that out. And like I said, I can't wait for the follow-up. Jay Spray, the more they try to protect them, the easier they'll be to find. Yeah, and like I said, if they start handing out accountability, these mayors and governors and whoever, they'll stop protecting the illegals. If protecting the illegals results in them losing their own freedom, they'll stop doing this stupid stuff. The law is for everyone, not just some of us. Ten-man hose mad. Yeah. Yes. Non-woke, these are the people that Selena Gomez is crying over. Yep, you're right. She wouldn't, if she, then how come she don't have them living with her? That's what never makes sense about these people. These people are always advocating for border crossers. Well, great. Let them live with you. Let them do bad stuff to you and your kids and stuff. Oh, you don't want that? Yeah, none of us want that. Like, these people are always crying for somebody else to fix their problems. And that's what it always, comes down to. What's up, Libby Racer? Happy freedom. Wake up, libs. Yeah. They're woke, but they ain't awake. Metal Mouth, is there any sanctuary cities in Michigan? I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if there was. Our governor is a trash bag, so I don't know. Where I live isn't. There's no illegals around here where I live, but Lansing or Kalamazoo or Grand Rapids or Detroit, any of those kind of places, they could be. I don't know. I'll have to Google it, but not near me. There isn't anything like that going on. It's all Trump signs and Trump flags where I live. Patriot Dad, watching her ride a horse is nice. I bet it is, Patriot Dad. Interesting. Too old to care why she dressed like Melania? I didn't notice that. J-Dog Chicago. Yeah. They used to call it Chirac. You guys are lusting over Governor Nome. Well, she ain't governor anymore. Over Kristi Nome. Can't help yourselves. What's up, Real James? Happy freedom to you. Silver Wolf and Lansing. See, and that's what I'm wondering too, because Lansing is very liberal. That's where the protesters were. I mean, they were also in Grand Rapids, but there was 2 Antifa guys or something like that in Lansing. They were like, MAGA better not show up, blah, blah, blah. But I don't know if everybody remembers, but when the lockdown started, the Michigan militia went straight to the Capitol, guns out and everything, and that was national news. Everybody was like, oh my God, what's happening in Michigan? Nothing. It's just another day here. They just don't show you this side of the state. They just show you Detroit. They're just like, oh, Detroit's the whole state. No, Detroit's just a little piece of Michigan. The whole rest of the state's actually fantastic. And Detroit's a shithole, and that's just because it ain't being taken care of. But, that's how it goes. DeRosa, send them to Martha's Vineyard. Yeah, exactly. They really liked that the last time. What's up, Bruce? Happy freedom to you. I don't have Nightbot set up like that. You gotta use the Linktree link. It should be in the description. Lisa, Gitmo. Illegals rounded up. That's right. New residents at Gitmo. What's up, Jules? Happy freedom to you. Jules, get those politicians improved. The 2-tier system is gone. Absolutely. What is your name? Flouncy? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Ski Man? Happy freedom to you. Isaiah, Grand Rapids had a meeting the other day discussing turning Grand Rapids into a sanctuary city. Man, that's like 2 hours away from me. I do not want to deal with that crap. I'd love to see those people get held accountable, though. I'll tell you that. What's up, John S? Happy freedom to you. Flouncy. Exactly. Laws are there for a reason. Feelings don't matter. That's right. President Trump, he's, supposedly enforcing that. So when we see Tom Homan arrest a mayor or a governor, then we're really going to know. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Ski Man. I hope things start turning around for you. Jay Spray, my dad was saying that Whitmer plans on not helping Trump. Yeah, she was all gun-ho for Biden, so I'm not surprised that she wants to work against President Trump. I mean, if she wants to lose, then let her lose. I'm here in the state, and I don't want to be a casualty in this, but that's what she does. Just like the lockdowns. We were locked down longer than anybody. She was treating us like shit. And at the end of the lockdowns, the Supreme Court here was like, oh, by the way, everything she did was unconstitutional. So all these mandates she did, we're doing away with them. Well, yeah, that's great. We're not in a lockdown anymore. Thanks for finding it out at the end that everything she did to us was unconstitutional. They didn't talk about any of that on the news. They just talked about the stupid kidnapping thing where most of the people involved were federal agents. So I don't know, it's a mess over here, I'll tell you that. Anyways, we're going to move forward to the fun stuff. Now, I actually reminded myself this time. Josh1776 sent me this 12 days of chapstick, because as you hooligans know, I'm a big fan of chapstick, right? And so we've already cracked open 2 days. We're going to crack open day 3, and then we're going to get into the fun stuff. We got a funny video coming up titled, Hooligans Don't Take Anything Serious. This is a great example of that. Anyways, let's see what's happening for day 3. No way. Wow. I got a cake batter, and this is my absolute favorite chapstick. These are so hard to find. These are rare. You can only get them on Christmas time, and I literally buy 4 or 5 packs a year. I'm blown away. Thank you so much, Josh1776. Today was cake batter. That's badass. All right, hooligans, we're going to get into the fun stuff, like I said, for the 3rd time. But before we do, I want to remind you really quick, if you would like to support the live to keep us running, you're welcome to use that Linktree link in the description in order to send donations. You can do that by using PayPal, Cash App, Stripe, Locals, Buy Me a Coffee, or you can even send crypto. Let's get this funny video pulled up really quick. I think it's this one right here. Pretty sure. We'll play it full screen. Once again, this is titled, Hooligans Don't Take Anything Seriously.
That's huge. I'm actually wondering how many cheeseburgers you can get in there. $20. The answer's 20.
Nice. Now, who can afford 20 cheeseburgers? That's what I really want to know. We're going to get into our official funny video of the day. Let me get this pulled up really, really quick. 20 cheeseburgers. All right. This is titled, Not Tired of Winning. Getting what we voted for. Alright, hooligans. That is all the coffee I had for you guys today. I'm going to drop this Linktree link in all of the chats. And we got the Pledge of Allegiance coming up next. Zero Bacon Chapstick. I tried to add that to the wish list, but I couldn't find one that stood out amongst the rest. A lot of them look unofficial. But I'll keep looking. Bacon Chapstick's got to be a good one. CJ, happy freedom to you. Alright, hooligans, there's a Linktree link where all of my links are listed. So if you'd like to make donations, join membership programs, or purchase any merch, I'd really appreciate it. All of your guys' contributions keep us running every day except for Sunday, because we got to have a day to recharge those batteries. Definitely go join Discord. Discord is our free hooligan community. It's the best way to be notified every single time we go live. The hooligans are there keeping the conversation going 24/7. And we have 2 news boards to keep you up to date with everything going on around the world. So definitely go join Discord. If you're feeling real saucy, go join jeffmaclive.com. Over on the website, it is the best way to experience the live. Our built-in chat has more ability than any other platform. You can post memes and GIFs and custom emojis and links and all kinds of stuff right there while watching the live. You'll also have access to Hooligans Alley, which is our private social media area. You'll have access to the forums, which is to encourage open discussion. You'll have access to the arcade, which is full of games that are a ton of fun. And you'll also have access to our advanced messaging system with the built-in group chats that gives you the ability to text each other, call each other, video call each other, group texting, group calling, group video calling, and more. jeffmaclive.com is the place to be and the home of the hooligans. So definitely go get yourself a membership. We're going to read through the chat really quick. And like I said, we got the Pledge of Allegiance coming up next. I don't know what you're saying, Muskie Boss. It sounds explicit. No, Josh 1776, that's not what it was. Oh my God. I cannot say that out loud. I know that 100%. Jeez, I didn't even think of that. I better not open one of those. My goodness. I don't know what to think about that. We're boycotting chapstick if that flavor pops up. I'll tell you that right now. Stoner bacon flavored assless chaps. Take me out to dinner first, you know, I'm just saying. Holy. Picture Dad, I'd buy a bacon flavored chapstick. I can't find an official one. There's all these like off brands and I don't necessarily trust it. Plastic Quack Taco Bell hot sauce flavored chapstick. Jeff would explode. Oh my God, I'd buy all the packs they had. Thank you, Too Old to Care. I appreciate you being here with us. Hey, thank you for being here, Metal Mouth. I hope you have a great day as well. Thank you, Viola. Appreciate you being here with us. The rose are red, white, and blue wins. That's right. Bruce, if you want to check out the merch, you can find it on that link tree. On that link tree link I posted in the chat. Cheeky Chops. Was it Taco Bell? Just robbed you? Why did they rob you? Hey, I appreciate you, Baze. Thank you for being here. What'd you do, Cheeky Chops? Cheeky Chops, it don't cost money to go to Rumble. Or are you talking about the website? Teasel, chocolate covered bacon. I don't know. I don't know if I could do that. I don't really like chocolate that much. I like bacon though. Bacon's the only pork I eat. Otherwise, I don't be eating any of that. I don't eat swine. Bacon don't count. Okay, you gotta eat bacon or else you're not an American. That's the only time I'm eating pig. Hey, thank you for being here, Eero. Cheeky Chops, I got like 3 things and they all were stale and the cheese was burnt and non-existent. Got robbed. I'd call in on that, Cheeky Chops. I'd call back. I'd tell them I need a refund or I need 3 extra burritos. Thank you, Cinderella. Appreciate you being here with us. Oh, you have a good night too, Cinderella. No, Zero, don't. Why is this is gonna be what y'all are talking about in the voice chat? I can already tell. Shumish, are you a Muslim or a Jew? I'm just a hooligan, buddy. I ain't got nothing to do with any of those other gangs out there. I'm just a hooligan. Appreciate you, Rappy. Thank you for being here. Pro Gun, Christy Gnome flavored chapstick. Now, you cut that out. You cut that out. You guys are nasty. I knew you were naughty. I know you're a nasty hooligans. My goodness. Stoner, you don't like ribs? No. I don't like anything where I gotta eat with my hands. Taco Bell is about as far as I go. I don't like my hands being sticky. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I'm just like that. MU pizza flavored. I think they do have pizza flavored. Appreciate you, Appeal to Heaven. Thank you for being here with us. That's all right, Wayward. I like you just the way you are. Teasel chili pepper chocolate. Now that does sound pretty good. Jay Spray, my kids love it when I make bacon pancakes. I did not know that was a thing. That sounds fantastic. Plastic Quack gnome flavored? I'd eat it. Okay, that's enough. That's enough. Moving forward. All right, hooligans. It's that time once again. Maybe if I can get these beats to chill out for a second. They're too hot. They won't stop. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, we did the thing. Let's get these beats rolling. We're going to read through one last time, but we are going to be wrapping this up. We will be live again tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern time for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. It is Free Speech Saturday, so if you want to participate in Coffee with Hooligans tomorrow, make sure you are not on YouTube or Twitch, because we are not going to be live over there. We will be live on Twitch, X, Kick, Rumble, jeffmaclive.com. Okay, that's where we're going to be live. So don't show up on Twitch or YouTube wondering where we are. It's Free Speech Saturday. We ain't got time for those crazy community guidelines. So hopefully you will join us tomorrow. Also, if there is any other lives, we will cover it as well. There's probably not going to be any White House or anything like that. They don't normally go live on the weekends, but if they do, we'll cover that as well. But like I said, Coffee with Hooligans Free Speech Saturday will be at 3 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow. Also, right after the live, we're going to be hopping in the voice chat over on the website, so definitely go get yourself a membership for jeffmaclive.com. That way you can laugh with us in the voice chat, because it is a lot of fun. We're going to read through this last round just to make sure no hooligans are left behind. And like I said, we're wrapping this up. Muskie Boss, fry the bacon first? I think so. I think that's what you would have to do to cooking in pancakes. It's hard to say. I've never really thought about that, but it sounds good. Throw that maple syrup on there, put a fried egg on there. Oh, man. Dutton breakfast pizza is amazing too. I agree. That's my favorite pizza because I can't have regular pizza. So I got to do chicken bacon ranch or chicken Alfredo or breakfast pizza. Sometimes I can do the barbecue pizza. It depends on the barbecue sauce they use. But I agree, Dutton. Nothing beats a breakfast pizza. Wayward pig's feet? No, I don't want no pig's feet flavored chapstick. I had to grow up with my stepdad cooking that stuff. Pig's feet and chitlins and collard greens. We used to eat all that for Thanksgiving. I didn't eat it. It just made the house smell like shit. But that's what was cooked when I was a kid. Thank you so much, Patriot Dad, for that $10 donation over on Rumble. I appreciate you, Patriot Dad. Thank you. It says, Happy Freedom Hooligans. Have a safe weekend. You have a safe weekend as too. Safe weekend too, Patriot Dad. Thank you so much. Rappy, I've never had a breakfast pizza. We'll have to try it sometimes. They don't usually advertise it. So if you got pizza places near you, ask them about a breakfast pizza. They don't usually advertise it. Some places will, but most don't. But all of them know how to make it. Because when you're an employee at a pizza place, you make your own. You get real creative, right? And I've worked at 2 different pizza places, 6 years between both of them. And all of us were making breakfast pizzas, and we didn't sell any of them. Nobody ever asked for it, so we never made it for anybody, and it was not on the menu. It's like a secret item. So call up your favorite pizza place. Ask them if they make breakfast pizza. It's worth it. No, AR-16. Spam stick. No. Just no. No, we're not doing that. I want no spam flavored chapstick. You guys made me eat that nasty stuff. I just, Post Malone, happy freedom to you. The new Buick logo is cool. It's red, white, and blue. I'll check that out, Post Malone. Thank you for letting me know. Appreciate you, Kirk Allen. Thank you for being here with us. Thank you, Tony Rich. Thank you, Dark Krog. Appreciate you being here with us. Thank you, Visions. Dark Krog tastes like salt. Tastes like cat food. It tastes like I'm eating Fancy Feast. Candied bacon, so good. Mindy, I've never even heard of that. That does sound good. J Spray, fry the bacon, pat it dry, dip it in the mix. Sounds fantastic. Zero with the chicken bacon in the chat. Very nice. AR-16, that's the worst chapstick suggestion I've had yet, and you don't know what they said on the website. That was terrible, but I'm not eating no spam chapstick. I'm not trying it. Just no. No. All right, hooligans, we're wrapping this up. But like I said, tomorrow's Free Speech Saturday, and we will be live 3 p.m. Eastern Time for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. I appreciate all of you guys being here. I think we covered everything. We did our shout-outs. We opened the chapstick. Klaus Daniels hasn't rioted yet, so I think we're good to go. I appreciate all of you guys being here with me. Thank you for jumping through the hoops and being here for the laughs, the good times, the bad times, the sad times, and hopefully you come back tomorrow to see what's next. Huge shout out to everyone that made donations, joined the membership programs, or purchased any merch. I really appreciate all of you guys, and I wouldn't be able to do any of this if it wasn't for you. So thank you so much for all your support, and I'll see you on the next live. Until then, stand tall, shine bright, and that's a wrap.